Hornet Football Summer Camps Incorporated proudly welcomes you to our live stream this evening. We are grateful to both school districts for allowing us to provide this service to a regional and national audience. Our organization is independent and not associated with the Richland School District. Any discussion in the live stream does not necessarily reflect the views of the Richland School District.
Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Wes.
We'd like to thank all you for your support of the Hornet Football live stream.
It enables our family members all over the country to watch the Hornet football games.
We'd especially like to thank our grandparents, John and Ann Vandyville, and our other set of grandparents, Stu and Kathy Bosworth.
And our aunt and uncle, Brian and Jill, and our aunt, Mary and Jan.
Go Hornets.
Go Hornets.
Good evening, everyone. Jerry Lynch alongside Mark Chambers. Tonight we're in Prarie, Wisconsin, where an old conference foe, the Prarie Blackhawks, entertain your Richland Center Hornets. Each team coming in tonight with 2-2 records, 1-1 in conference, and so we're dead even in that regard. Prarie wins come over Toma and Poinette, and their losses come to La Crosse Aquinas and New Glarus Monticello last week by 1. So just obviously a big rivalry. These two teams have gotten into it for many, many years, and you never really know what's going to happen. You kind of throw the records out the window and you just play football. So should be an interesting night down here on a beautiful night here in Prarie, Wisconsin.
Yeah, Jerry, that's the thing I was going to say too. You know, this is the classic any given Friday night kind of game. We've been preparing for this one probably since last year, I think. Not that we were looking ahead or anything like that, but it was one of those things where we definitely knew that we needed to make sure that our focus is where it needed to be tonight. And so the thing that I was talking with Coach Troxel about was he was kind of taking a look at what Prarie was doing well and not so well this year. And one of the things that he mentioned was, you know, about kind of some of their offensive struggles on the once they lost Saint. And Saint was, you know, last year, that kid was a big back. When I say big, I mean he was a feature back, but he was also physically a very large kid. Really tough to bring down. So they've kind of gone away from the size and gone with maybe a little bit of speed with their new running back, Rhett Koenig. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, kind of what that looks like this evening, because we're not used to that as their running game, especially from last year. So
sure. And it looks like Prarie is going to be kicking off from south to north, from left to right as we view it here. So we've got our normal receivers back deep for the kick. Looks like Nate Fogel and Brock Lewis.
Yep.
So we're going to get ready to start here. We'll talk a little bit more about the Prarie defense and what you can expect to see here on this first series.
All right, so here comes the kickoff. That's going to be by Zaya. High end over end. Returnable. Here's Brock Lewis. On the return, slips one defender, gets up through the middle. Nice gain. And so, folks, we're going to talk. Sorry, Jerry, I was going to say,
right.
We are ground level tonight. So just to give you folks a little perspective at home. So if we're off on the yardage and you can see something different, that's probably why. We are pretty much right at ground level, and it looks like we're at about the 31 or 32 yard line for right now, Jerry.
Yep, pretty good return. A little bit of a middle return, kind of a high, short kick. Looks like we got a great field position to start the evening. Let's see what that Hornet offense has tonight.
All right, so it looks like Davis and Hiller's behind him, and it's going to be a handoff to Davis right up the middle. And he's going to get a few yards, probably about a gain of 5 there.
Yeah, looks like a nice pickup on the play. Second down, about 6.
So Jerry, Hornets are coming in tonight. against that loss against Broadhead Judah, and a team that, as we gave and said many times last week, what a stout team they were, a bunch of athletes. So you got to know that center's pretty hungry for this. So here goes, that looks like Hiller's around the outside. Let me take it. No, that was a Ellenson keeper.
Looks like he's out to about the 40-yard line.
And just shy of the first.
Yep. Shy, yep.
So hopefully we can pick up first down yardage on this one. Ball sitting on the 40.
Third and about 2.
Hornets coming up to the line of scrimmage.
They're attacking that Prarie front 7. They run a 3-4 defense. They usually try to plug the A gaps and play 2 high safety.
And there goes Aaron Davis, straight ahead. Yep. Great run by him.
Easily picked up the first down. Looks
and
like
a heck of a lot more.
About 5 yards, probably 6 yards. Nice run by him right up the gut.
It was one of the things I talked with Coach about as well is, what's the offensive playbook, and I think he used one word, and I think it was just run. That was all he said. Not to say that we won't see the pass at all tonight, but really establishing that run game early and often, and so you're seeing that so far.
Looks like our whole line's really off to a good start.
You bet. Fogo spread out to the right, and I think that's Bosworth out there with him, and we got a whistle on the play. I'm thinking maybe procedure call. Yep, false start for the Hornets. So that 5 yards that Davis got after the first, we kind of lost that right there. So one of those mental mistakes that we said we got to try and stay away from Jerry. And actually last week was a pretty clean game in that respect. Definitely, I think our measure of comparison for bad games is probably the Dells game.
Yeah.
But, beyond that, it was a fairly clean game. Did some things well. So hopefully we can kind of keep those penalties to a minimum.
Yeah, I think game 1 against the Dells, game 3 against Dodgeville was another one that just a lot of flags, a lot of laundry. And again, I think sometimes you run into crews that they like to throw the flag a little more.
You bet.
But also you got to play clean.
Yep. It looks like Drew Paul's in the backfield, handing off to Connor Ellenson. So that was one of the other things that we talked about as well, with kind of mixing up those running backs, keeping those legs fresh. So definitely something that helps out that way.
Yep. So second, maybe 13, 14 with the loss on the procedure call. Looks like we've got Fogo and Clarkson out here to the left. Bosworth out to the right.
Here comes a pass.
There's Fogo across the middle.
Yep. Completion to Nate Fogo.
Yep. Nice pickup on the play.
That's that quick little slant pattern.
Yep.
That's going to get us a few yards back. It looks like third and let's take a look. 3rd and 9 on the 47.
Yeah.
That's what they're calling. So 9 yards to go to pick up this here first down.
And again, you get the procedure call, it puts you in positions like this one. So you want to really stay away from those penalties as best you can.
Yeah.
Self-inflicted.
Yeah, right, without that procedure call, we're probably looking at a 3rd and 1 instead. And that's a run up the middle, and looks like Drew Pauls.
Yep.
Didn't get much on that one.
Oh, we got somebody down on the field for the Hornets.
Yeah, that looks like, I think that might be Ethan Jones, number 54. Oh no, Patrick McDonald maybe. Taking a look at the number here. I think that's 54.
I'm wondering
nope,
if it's
not 54.
Trent Forehand.
64. That's Trent Forehand. I think you might be right. Again, folks, the vantage point or disadvantage point maybe for us. Can't quite tell, but I think that is Trent Forehand on the ground right now.
Yeah, it's definitely a disadvantage.
Starting center, yep.
He's your center. He's handling the ball every play.
Just noticed on the sideline, too, freshman Braden Kleppe, who did do a little bit of offensive line. He is doing some offensive reps right now with snaps with Dakota Pauls on the sideline. So I'm guessing that's probably who we're talking about being on the ground right now, Trent Forehand.
Yeah, like I said, it's one thing for anybody to go down, but of all the linemen, when your center goes down, it's tough because he handles every snap.
Right, those position players. When we talk about that, when we start getting into those, if you talk about like a tight end, if somebody's a specialty at a tight end, or just at the QB position or whatever, looking at those positions, and when you have a kid that goes down. It's good to see Trent coming off the field right now, so that's a good sign. it does kind of mix things up. You know, we talked about that Dells game where the offensive line changeup, you know, there was 9 different lineups that were going on that night. So, you know, just losing one of those key pieces, you hope it's nothing serious. You hope he's going to be all right.
Yeah, I hope he's all right.
They'll take a look at him, see what's going on. It looked like he was grabbing for his leg or a knee or something like that, so we're hoping it's, you know, something not significant.
Yeah, you know, everything starts with the snap, and you
Right.
know, the whole snap count, the cadence, the whole thing. You know, you get a guy that you're used to doing it with. Playing backup center is tough.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, there's a heck of a punt.
Nice boot, and it's going to go out of bounds. We're going to see where they mark it, and they're going to mark it at about the 30-yard line, it looks like. From our again,
Yeah.
Jerry, from our vantage point, that was a beautiful punt, but then we didn't see that it was about 15 yards out of bounds.
Yeah, he got all of it.
He got underneath of it. He
got her a little bit too far to the left, and
yeah.
still a very nice punt, but yeah, it was probably inside the 10 if it was in between the stripes.
Right. All right, so Blackhawks will be 1st and 10 from their own 30. See what kind of formation they come out. If they're in the shotgun, Jerry, you're going to notice backers on either side of the quarterback. But if they're not in the shotgun, you'll see kind of that power formation, and I think that's kind of what we're seeing right now. Comes the handoff right up the middle. Got some yardage on that.
Koenig.
That looks like Koenig on the pickup.
Yep. Rhett Koenig Jr. Gonna get the share of the carries tonight for Prarie to Chien.
That's a gain of 11. So you folks at home can probably hear the PA system for their play caller up in the booth. We're on the visitor side, and so is the booth, and so the speakers are over here too. So that's probably why you're hearing what you're hearing. Try to stretch it out to the left-hand side, and not sure he got. Can't quite tell how much he got on that.
Much like Richland Center, you're going to see a lot of running out of the Blackhawks.
Right.
They'll throw the ball once in a while, but they'd rather run it if they can.
Yep.
If they're having the kind of success they had on those first 2 plays, they're going to run it a lot. So
Absolutely. Gain of 6 on that one.
Got to get some penetration and
Get some contain.
Start blowing some of that up.
Yep.
Maddox Cheka is their quarterback, number 7.
Handoff again up the middle. And that looked like enough for a first down as well.
Looks to me like they're working on an ankle here with Trent Forehand. Might have turned it or sprained it.
Yep.
Getting him all taped up, wrapped up. Maybe the next offensive series will be back in there.
Yeah.
He looks good. He looks fine.
Yeah. Encouraging news there. All right, so first and 10 from the 46. Blackhawks are on the move here. Rolling out to the right-hand side. Looked like Wagner on that carry.
Yep. Sophomore Ty Wagner.
I think that's either the second or third back that we've seen carrying the ball so far tonight, Jerry.
Yep.
So they're mixing it up a little bit. Not putting all of that load onto Koenig.
Yeah, like you mentioned before, one of the big weapons as a wideout, number 15, Max Amundsen. You got to really pay attention to him.
Right.
When they do throw it, he's kind of their primary target.
Ball's on the Hornet 40. Here comes the snap, handoff up the middle, and that one looks like it's not going anywhere.
That one got stuffed.
Maybe a loss of a yard on that one.
Yeah, it looks like the tip of the ball just made it to the Hornet 40-yard line.
So 3rd and 4 to go. Again, hanging our hat on what we've hung it on all season and last season, defense. So see if we can have those boys step it up here. This is one of those ones where they've had run. You got to be wary of what that pass might look like.
3rd and 4, big play right here.
It's going to be a pitch out to the left side.
Rhett Koenig.
Yeah, Koenig, and that's going to be close, Jerry.
Yeah, real close.
Kind of depends on where the spot is.
This one might require a measurement.
I was just going to mention that same thing, and it looks
well, he's giving
like
us the 4th down signal. So.
4th down, so about 4th and a half a yard.
Yeah.
And looks like that Blackhawk offense is going to stay on the field. A stop here would be tremendous for the Hornet defense.
Yep.
All right, so here we go. Let's see what happens here. 4th and about a half a yard. Handoff, and it's going to be right up the middle. Quarterback
keep.
Yep.
Maddox Cheka picked up the first down, 1st and 10, Blackhawks.
First and a few more. That's going to get annoying.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks, that's right above us. All that noise is right above us coming out of their booth. So, well, one thing's for sure tonight, Jerry. The night is beautiful.
It is.
And since it's so darn nice, you know the Skeeters have got to come out.
Oh, I got to imagine they will.
Got an official's timeout here. Seeing what's going on with us.
While we're waiting, Trent Forehand trying to test out that ankle a little bit.
Yep. Up and down the sidelines a little. Doesn't look like he's being ginger on that whatsoever. Oh, this is how awesome. Oh, now we got a flag. Hold on. They're going to call it a false start procedure, or maybe too many men in the. Yeah, I'm not sure where that came from, but I did see, Jerry, just before that side judge went out to talk to the head official, I saw Troxel chatting with him.
Looked like an illegal shift is what the signal was. I'm not sure if that's what it was. Is that what they call?
It looked like he was given the false start, and I didn't see any of this, so I'm not quite sure what the penalty was. It's some sort of procedure. I didn't see that arm movement, so that's why I'm wondering.
So now we've got what,
first and 15.
Oh, okay,
first
that
and
was
15
after
from the third.
okay.
Yep. So here comes that handoff again to that outside, that left side. Here he goes. That was Wagner again. Wagner, the sophomore, he's 6 foot, 190.
Looked like he's brought down on the play by Bryson Clarkson, possibly. Again, we're at field level. It's really hard to see, but I saw Bryson get up off the pile. So
at halftime, folks, if I'm not here, that means that you've seen you'll know that I'm heading to Walmart and picking up a couple step stools.
Maybe some stilts.
Maybe. No, I don't want to go down on those because it would probably happen. All right, so 2nd and 8 to go on the 30. Going to be another handoff up the middle, up this right side this time. And it's been just a steady diet of run.
Yeah, I think that was Rhett Koenig again.
I believe so.
Number 23, junior.
Not the biggest guy, 5'6", 145, but shifty. He's
really,
he reminds me a little bit of Ellenson in that way, where he's can plant and move, and so
quick, got good feet.
Yep. Again, not an arm tackle kind of guy.
Right.
Because of that.
A little bit different running style than Saint a year ago.
Oh yeah. Pitch out to the right side, trying to cut it back to the inside, and I believe that might have been Koenig again.
First down.
Looks like he got enough.
1st and 10, Blackhawks marching down the field this first drive.
Looks like they're at about the 21 right now. Yeah, they do well up in that booth to maybe just move that mic back on that guy just a little bit.
Yeah.
Wonder if he's heard the word distortion, because he's doing that to his speakers right now. Sorry, folks, a little critical of me. I apologize. All right, so Blackhawks back up to the line of scrimmage, and again, it's just been run. Here comes another one. Whoa!
That looked like Wagner again.
And he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Ty Wagner on that one.
Yep, looked like Teague Perkins was in on the play.
Yep. And
probably some other Hornets as well.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe Tyler Brown in on that as well.
He didn't do it alone, that's for sure, but Teague was definitely there.
Kind of leading the charge on that one. And I can't tell. It looks like he lost maybe a yard or two on that. About 2:46 left on the clock here, folks. I'm going to tell you it's 2nd and 12. Now they're going to call it 2nd and 11. Ball on the 22. This looks like a pass out to the right side. Here comes the ball, and it's incomplete.
Intended for
like
Wall.
Junior, 5'10", 155. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 11. Now that's a little bit more of the position we want to be in for our defense.
Yep. They brought him on a basically a medium level out pattern.
Yeah.
They had another guy run a corner out into the end zone, and they brought him underneath. Had him, just couldn't make the connection.
Yep. Kind of looking for that safety and that corner out. So who's going to take who? Maybe trying to confuse the coverage a little bit. Incomplete pass on that.
Yep, that brings up 3rd and 11, and again, be looking for we've got Amundsen over here, so.
Yep. Be aware of that. This is going to be a handoff. Oh, and he went down, slipped. Actually, it looks like, is that Bryson Clarkson? No, I think that was Aaron Davis on the tackle.
Okay. Somebody tripped him up there, and
it came in behind.
Stop. That'll make it 4th and 10 at about the 20-yard line.
4th and 10, 4th and 9, they're going to call it.
Okay. need a really big stop here. This would be big for the Hornets.
Absolutely, because it looks like they're going to go for it. And the one thing I did not get to see on film, Jerry, was their kicking game.
Okay.
So I can't tell you, what to expect on that if they have, a decent kicker for that. But here's fourth down. That's going to be in shotgun. That's Cheka.
Yep.
Calling out the play over here. Here comes the snap. Backing up for the pass. Over the top. And it's an incomplete pass. And that was Trevin Thielman on the coverage. That pass intended for Owen Oldenburg, senior 5'7", 150.
Yeah, look like Colton Stibbe got a nice drop into that zone as well out of his backer spot. It was just pretty decent coverage, and we made the play. We got the stop. Huge.
Big
Huge.
time.
That drive pretty much ate up the first quarter.
Yeah.
And the Hawks went all the way down the field but came away with 0.
Right,
so.
You're looking at a $143. So that bend not break mentality from the Hornets defense. Now let's see if the offense can get something going.
Yeah, and again, we were moving the ball as well in our first drive. Just that one procedure penalty kind of put us behind the 8 ball a little bit.
All right, so here comes the pass. Ellenson back to pass. He rolls out right, and he's going to wheel it down the field, and that's going to be, it looked like, I think he was intended for Bosworth on that one. Yep. Flag on the play. I got a feeling. I hate to say that. Oh, roughing the passer.
Really?
I think that's what it looked like, roughing the passer.
We'll take it.
And that would march off, is that 10 or 15, I think?
It's usually a 15-yard personal foul.
Yep. If I saw that correctly, yep, roughing the passer. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty. All right, so we got to use that to our advantage. We only took, looks like about 7 seconds out the clock with that. Looking for that pass. And so, Jerry, that's the other thing that we talked about, or we're going to try and talk about in the pregame, the steady diet of run, right? And that's kind of what our offense has been based on. But we have those weapons in the receiving core as well. So those 4 seniors that kind of switch in and out. Here comes the handoff to Davis, straight at the middle. There he goes. Nice run.
Nice run.
Very good
Aaron
run.
Davis.
Kept those legs churning. Now we got to keep rolling and get back on the ball and keep moving. Yep. And there they are. Hurry up offense.
Obviously, coach sees something in that middle that he likes, because Aaron Davis is getting a lot of carries here early.
Yep. Ellenson back under center. This one's going to Hillers. There he goes. The right side. Kept the legs churning. That's going to be a first down, it looks like, Jerry.
Yeah. And you know what I just mentioned before about up the middle, and I know Bryce likes to pop it to the outside. He likes to, pop to the outside when the pressure's there. But I think something that Coach Chalks will see with that middle of their defense.
Yep.
Stay in there.
First down. Just under a minute to play right now.
Until they
Here
stop
comes
it.
a pass across the middle. That looked like, I want to say that was Nate Fogo on the pass. Reception. Nice job by Nate. Right across the middle, that quick drop.
And
so
again,
Coach is looking to put some
second
points on the board. Yeah.
That's his second slant across that middle. So again, it's Coach sees something that he likes over that middle.
Yep. And that's going to be Davis up the middle. There he's following his blockers. Good to see who he's following. That was Trent Forehand.
And like anything else, if they can't stop it, just keep doing it. I mean, they haven't taken it away yet.
Right.
So
34 seconds left on the clock. Clarkson bringing in the play. Lewis coming off. Taking their time right now. Nothing hurry up on this one quite yet. And
we're doing a little tempo there, getting things going.
Right.
And it kind of caught Prarie Chien off guard on defense a little bit.
Yeah, probably had a couple plays lined up in the playbook. And all right, so let's see what happens here. Probably the last play of the quarter. It's going to be a pitch out to Hillers, finding his seam. Going to try and get it around the outside. Didn't get a whole lot on that one. I'm not sure if he maybe got a yard on that one.
Okay, and that does end the first quarter with no score on the board.
Looking at a 3rd and 6 when we come back into the second quarter.
Yep. Tonight's sponsor, the Bosworth family. The Bosworths and their extended family, and you'll get a chance to see the advertisement for that a little bit. We're really happy that they were able to bring us tonight's game here at Prarie Chien High School, and thanks a lot to the Bosworths.
You bet. Kind of a little bittersweet, maybe. I don't know. Got that Bosworth connection over here in Prarie. So, but no, totally thank them for that. And again, all of our sponsors so far this year, and the sponsors that are making this come, as the season goes on. Again, I can't say it enough, Jerry. None of this stuff that we're able to do and bring to you folks, we can't do any of it without you folks. So again, that's a huge thing for you guys to be able to help us out with this. And Wouldn't have it any other way,
Yeah,
bud.
we can't thank you enough. This is just a great perk, and again, especially on these road games, we never know what we're going to get. We never know. We come here. Tonight's setup is a little different.
Yeah, so you guys just
we're at ground level.
That's the setup tonight.
Yeah,
there it is.
There's our setup.
We're not living large tonight. No, there's no. The only thing I can say is thank God there's no rain.
Yeah, it's as far as that, it's
Should
gorgeous.
knock on some wood. Hang on just a second. I'm gonna knock.
Yeah, it's not hot. It's not cold. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
It's a beautiful evening.
But it's nice because if you weren't able to get down here to Prarie tonight,
which is a long drive.
Yeah, it is. And at least you can hop online, get on YouTube, and check us out, and you get a chance to watch the game firsthand, and probably got a better view of it than we do tonight.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Oh, folks. Hey, so speaking of that, wanted to kind of check in with the folks that are checking in with us on the live stream. So keep on doing that, people. We love to see when you guys are doing that. I got somebody, Alex Wilson, watching from Middleton. Brian Davis watching from Richmond, Virginia.
Wow, that's awesome.
So
Great
keep
job,
it up.
Brian.
Keep chiming in, folks. Love to see where you're coming from.
Yeah, let us know if things are working or not working. If you can't hear us or whatever.
Right. Here's a run. There he goes. Bryce Hillers looked like he was going to get stopped in the backfield. I think that's Bryce. No, that's Connor Ellenson on that keeper. I couldn't see it again from ground level. Ellenson looked like he was going to get stopped in the backfield.
First and 10, Richland Center Hornets.
Got around that outside and gets our first down.
Looks like we're down nose of the ball just on the 30-yard line.
So getting some movement, getting some push here, so that's good. And again, Jerry, I don't know, maybe folks, and if we sound like a broken record at home, apologize for that. Keeping the drive sustained, keeping this momentum going.
Yep.
So let's see what happens here on this. Looks like Davis just to the side of, to the left of Ellenson. You got Hillers in the backfield. That looks like Fogo in motion. Oh, man, bad snap. Nate's going to fall on that. Looked like that snap came just a bit early. Nate just couldn't get himself out of the way there. So going to lose a few yards on that one. 2nd and 15.
Yeah.
I guess if you're going to have it happen, Jerry, have it happen on first down.
That's true.
Clarkson bringing in the play. Lewis coming off.
The key to this is bouncing back right here on this down.
Right.
And making some positive yards out of this. Don't turn this into a 3rd and long situation if we can help it.
Exactly. All right, so here we go. Handoff. That's going to go to Hillers. He's going to try and bounce it to the outside. There's a lane. There he goes. Back to the inside. Nice run. Oh, he dropped it. No, they're saying he was down. They're saying he was down before he lost the ball. Boy. Woo.
Down and maybe even out of bounds.
Yeah.
Looked like maybe he was out of bounds. Maybe the ball squirted back into bounds, but so yeah, we got a little bit of a break there, I think.
But it's going to be a flag. It's holding Richland Center. Dang it. I was just saying I saw them all just keep backing up instead of heading to that ball spot, but it's going to be a hold, so it's going to back them up even further. And again, those just those mistakes. So we had the ball on the 30, and then we lost a few yards in that bad snap. And now the ball is sitting on, I think, about the 40-yard line, 45. All right, so let's see what the Hornets do here. Ellenson's going to be back under center. That's going to be Hillers coming up the middle. And looks like he's going to get about 3 maybe on that.
Yeah, not much.
So that's going to bring up about 3rd and 22. And Jerry, that's like I said, it was the procedure penalty that got us the first time. Here we have a holding penalty off of we had a nice gain. And it's just those.
Yeah. Well, you saw it out of the Blackhawks too.
Right.
Drove the length of the field. Got stuffed on the first run, went to the air, dropped a couple of balls, and before you know it, we had them stopped. So
right.
It's both ways. It's just both teams are getting positive things to happen, but when they get down close, they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot.
Right. Steps forward and then a few steps back. Here comes a pass. Ellenson's going to roll out, going to try and get rid of it, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. It looked like he was maybe going for Lewis on that one.
Yeah, he had heavy pressure from Wagner.
Yeah, he did.
And didn't get it away clean at all. Got hit.
No.
As he was throwing the ball, and so now we're looking at 4th and
about 21. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm thinking here
probably kick.
Yeah, you know what? Pin him down. Let your defense go back to work maybe, and looks like that's what coach is going to do.
Yeah, you can see Hillers back on their 40, maybe about midfield now. Oh no, we're going to try the field goal.
Oh really?
Yes, we are. Yep, they're lining up for the field goal. Now, keep this in mind. Ellenson is the holder, and he's also the QB.
Where's this ball being placed down at?
It is sitting at the 40. And it's up, and it looks like it's going to be short.
Yeah, short and
Yep.
left.
So he missed that. I think it was sitting at about the 41.
So,
So that would have been a 51
yarder.
field. Yeah, 51 yarders. What they were trying. All right, so we're going to turn it over on downs.
Now, the key here is, did that ball cross the end line? Did it cross the goal line in the air? Because if it did, they get the ball on the 20. So
and it
that's
did.
that's a high school rule. I checked with Terry Moen a couple weeks ago on that one. It's different than what happens in the NFL, where they get the ball where the ball was spotted and all that stuff.
Right.
So it's just like a punt.
Right.
If you try something like that and you're not successful, if the ball crosses the goal line
In the air.
the ball's placed at the 20.
Right.
So it's just like a touchback. It's any kind of touchback.
Yeah.
So
a strategic play.
So really, we were talking about punt. Why not kick the field goal?
Right.
You got a chance with a guy that's got a leg like
Yep.
Bryce does.
You bet. All right, so up the middle. And that looked like it was going to be Wagner on that carry.
So great decision by Coach Johnson.
Absolutely.
Great move. Great strategy.
Yep. So again, kind of moving that backer position around between Koenig and Wagner tonight. I would say probably right about now, Jerry, they might be sitting about 50-50 splitting those carries. So second 7, so Wagner picks up 3 on that play.
Yep. And it seems to me like when they run left, it's mostly Wagner. When they run right, it's mostly Koenig.
Yeah, picking up those tendencies. Amundsen is up at the top of the screen, and that's going to be a pass that way, and it's a pickup by, and I think that was McCarron. Is it McEachran? McEachran, I believe. Seth McEachran.
Okay.
So that was a first down pickup, puts them on about the 35-yard line. So that pass, that quick out pass, again, those 2 receivers kind of just trying to confuse the coverage for the defense. Corner and whether that's the linebacker that heads out that way or safety that kind of comes up on that coverage. All right, so 1st and 10 from the 35. Pass again. Rolling out, left-hand side, coming to the left here. Sam Bosworth had a
Pretty good
chance.
cover. Had a good inside position.
Yeah,
Sam
he did.
Bosworth on that same receiver that just made the last catch.
Yep, he was targeting McEachran again.
McCarron or whatever his name is.
I think it's McEachran, I
McEachran,
believe.
okay.
Okay, that's our cue, folks. If you know that last name,
Yeah.
help us out. So we got Mike Hemling says, "Great day to be a Hornet, Fall River." And then Lizzie Forehand. That's T Boogie. That's a center. Trent Forehand's sister. Tuning in from UW Eau Claire. Ruth Forehand also, Chippewa Falls.
Cool.
Keep it up, folks. All right, 2nd and 10. It's going to be handoff up the middle. Going to try to pop to the outside. It looks like
it right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think, or maybe he might have lost a yard or so.
Tyler Brown on the play.
All right, Brownie Groot in there. Here he comes running off the field. Probably not the most vocal kid out there, I tell you what, but you know what? I wouldn't want to make that kid upset.
One of the strongest, no doubt.
He is definitely one of the strongest kids on that team.
Made a nice play. So you are right. We
Loss of 2.
Loss of a couple of yards there, 3rd and about 12.
All right, so Beak looking for the pass. They get trips off to the left here. Ooh, high snap.
High snap pressure.
He's going to go across the middle. High, and it's going to be
the throw is
incomplete.
incomplete.
It doesn't look like there's any laundry on the field.
And here comes the Prarie punt team to give us the ball back.
4 Hornets on in that area. That was tough coverage.
Yep, that
Good
was
job
a
on the defense.
nice series.
Yep.
Way to come back and get a stop after that missed field goal.
Yep. All right, so here comes the punt coverage. Wow, even on that, Jerry, it looks like they lost a yard. Now they made a 4th and 13 instead of 4th and 12. I don't know how you lose a yard in an incomplete pass, but hey, what the heck, we'll take it. Ball sitting on the 32. Here comes the snap, and again a high snap. Gets it away.
Nice
yeah.
kick.
That was a nice kick. That's Wagner on the kick, and they're going to let it bounce. And I believe that was Ellenson back there for the reception, and he lets it bounce and kind of bounce a little bit more laterally rather than north or south. Offense will come back onto the field.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 26.
Yeah, it's been so far a very evenly played game. Similar things on both sides, both offenses. People that want to run the ball primarily, and you're seeing that. And again, the Hornet defense is starting to make some adjustments and really starting to get real stingy, and they're making some plays and making them turn the ball back over to us. So great stop there. That was big. So 1st and 10, looks like maybe down around the 25-yard line or so. Oh, here comes a flag, and not in a place where Richland Center people want to see it. Looks like right in the middle of our offensive line.
Almost always a hold.
Yeah, there's a hold. Yeah.
God darn it.
So Mosquito's starting to get
just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Had to break away from the had to break away from the camera for a second. Throw a little bug dope on.
little Wisconsin State bird.
Yep. Although I will say I haven't seen any of them casting shadows tonight, so that's good. They're just the little guys, but they're annoying nonetheless.
Yeah, not bad.
So Shell, you're probably happy you didn't come to the game tonight. They love her. All right, well,
Okay.
that backs us up.
Yeah, it does. 1st and about maybe 16.
Give or take 17, yep. Ball's sitting on the 19-yard line. All right, shotgun. Looks like Davis off to the right. Hiller's behind Ellenson. And it's going to be a handoff up to Davis, I believe. He's going to go left, and looked like he maybe grabbed a couple yards on that. No, that was Stibbe on the carry. Colton Stibbe on that carry. So he lined up to the right of Ellenson on that.
Yeah, and he got a lot of that back.
Yeah, he did. We're sitting at 2nd and 12. So good run by him.
Yep.
Probably not something that the Prairie du Chien defense was ready for or looking for.
No.
Especially in that shotgun position. So shotgun again. One back off to his right, and I can't tell if that's Davis or Stibbe. I think it's Stibbe again. Nope, that's Hillers, and he's going to get it, and not much. Tried exploiting that A gap, and Prairie du Chien stuffed that full.
Now we're getting some different personnel looks in our offensive line too. We got a couple other people maybe a little bit dinged up, so we've got some replacements in there.
I was going to say, I thought I saw Devin Snake in there on the offensive
right
line.
Tackle, yeah.
Yep. And then you heard us talking about Colton Stibbe. All right, flags again, or whistle again. And it looks like
maybe a timeout.
Timeout. Yep.
Timeout, Richland Center.
Yep.
6 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the second quarter. Still no score.
Yeah, Jerry, this has been kind of that back and forth, 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of stuff that's been going on. Every time it looks like we try to work on getting this drive sustained, on the field comes some laundry, and it just kind of stifles things. It's just not allowing us to get that momentum going, keep a drive sustained. I mean, we're seeing some good things, but it's just not being able to put all of those things together in enough of a sequence to get us down the field and into the end zone.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely playing into the hands of both defenses. Both teams are making mistakes on offense. You know, the drives are stalling, and the defenses are starting to take advantage of it.
Yeah. All right, so the Hornets are going to come back onto the field offense. 3rd and 12 from the 24-yard line.
Yeah, 1st and 10 is tough enough. 1st and 20, 1st and 15. We've seen too much of that tonight.
And 3rd and 12 is no walk in the park either. No. So let's see what happens on this. Ellenson's going to be in the shotgun. Looks like Hiller's to the left of him. Here comes the snap, looking for the pass. And he's going to keep it himself. He's going to try to get to that outside. There he goes. There goes Ellenson. And he's going to get enough for the first down.
When he decided to accelerate, he accelerated. I mean, he took off.
Yeah.
Like he was shot out of a cannon.
Definitely. Ellenson on that carry, man, we needed 12. I think he got maybe about 14 or 15 on that. Yeah, so it's a really nice game.
He kind of strung it out to the left, and then all of a sudden he saw a seam and he took it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that the Prairie defense is going to have to kind of keep their eyes on. You know, it's another factor. You know, I mean, you've got Hillers in the backfield. You've got Davis doing these fullback dives, making some yardage that way.
And I think that was Aaron right there.
Yes, it was.
Nice big straight ahead run.
Gained
picked
5.
up about 5 or 6. That's what we want. Now looks like
6.
we're running tempo again.
There we go. Now that's what we're having. So if we can stay away from the mistakes, this could turn out. There goes Hillers to the outside. Flip that arm. Get it in the other hand. Oh, my goodness. Sorry. Yeah, that didn't go too far. He tried bouncing to the outside. He initially had a little gap there, and then they just strung him out. There was enough enough of the Blackhawks to come out there and just kind of make a wall for him. Lost about a yard on that one. All right, so it looks like Bosworth out here to the right-hand side. Receiver, Clarkson to the top of your screen. Ellenson under center, and he's going to look for a pass and gets away from the defender, throws it down the field, looking for Bos. That's got to be pass interference. There it is, big time. Big time.
Yep.
Sam Bosworth played that just exactly how he needed to play it, Jerry.
Yeah, he did.
Ellenson rolls out to the right. He's in trouble, lofts it down the field, and Bosworth took a look back to see where the ball was. And as soon as he turned back, he had to slow up his momentum. The Prairie defender ran into him.
Yep.
Easy call.
He came back, looking to help out his quarterback.
Right.
Quarterback was under duress. Threw up a wounded duck, but we'll take it. It worked. So, and something we really needed in that scenario, too.
Yeah, it was. It was one of those things that, again, keeps that drive sustained. So, really helpful. So, we're sitting right at the 40-yard line of the Hornets. So, Bosworth, the intended receiver on that pass. And I think he's at the bottom of the screen again. And I think that's Lewis to the top and Fogo in the slot.
First and 10 at our 40, at their 40, I'm sorry.
There goes Aaron Davis right up the middle again. Man, that was a gain of about 7, I would say.
Like I said, we've seen a little more of that tonight than we have in our previous 4 games.
Right.
So there's something Coach saw in the film, something he likes about that attack in that middle, Prarie middle. We've had a lot of success there, both through the air and on the ground.
Right.
Even Colt Stibby too, So.
Yep. Yeah, and in the air when we're talking about that, that's Nate Fogo coming across with that quick slant pattern. All right, so Ellenson back under center again. That looks like Stibby is the fullback this time, and it's going to go to Hillers.
Tripped up.
They bottled him up
right at the line of scrimmage. I don't think he picked up anything.
It's looking to me, Hammer, that finding that quick handoff with that fullback position seems to be a little bit more wiggle room for a Davis or a Stibby to kind of get through there.
Yep.
And not, when you have the fullback lead and then Hillers gets the ball secondary, it's given Prairie enough time to kind of get up there and fill those gaps.
Yeah, and the other thing that's really worked well is that tempo stuff we were doing. You saw that a couple times on a couple of our drives. It's hard to do because it really takes a lot of conditioning we got a lot of kids playing both ways. So
you bet.
It's not
easy.
There's
bad
a bad snap.
And Ellenson's going to pick up the first down.
I think he picked up the first down.
My goodness.
Yes, he did.
Oh, my goodness.
Boy, talk about just a great presence there. I mean, it was a bad snap. He picked it up off the ground, went north-south, and picked up the first down. And 1st and 10 Hornets inside the Blackhawk 30-yard line.
So I'll give you great presence. I was going to say something about a horseshoe.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, we'll take the first down. But it was. I mean, you've got it as a quarterback. That's one of your worst fears, that bobbled snap. You want that thing to be clean all the time, and when it doesn't happen, it can start to give you fits. There goes Hillers to the outside. Going to gain about 3, it looks like, 2 or 3.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll start to rattle you a little bit. And then the other person that it rattles is the center, too.
Yeah.
You're worried about that exchange. You practice that over and over and over and over again. And when that gets off just a little bit, it can it sticks in the back of your head a little bit. So
we got a big drive here. We're inside, basically we're getting close to red zone territory.
Yep.
Just about a little over 2 minutes to go in the half. Boy, it'd be nice to punch something in here, get some points going into halftime.
2nd and 7 from the 26.
Little momentum.
And here goes Hillers. He's going to come, 45. It looks like Joey, and I believe it's Zaya. Joey Zaya, and I think he's their kickoff guy too.
Okay, made a nice play there.
Yeah, he did. Sliced in from the backside, got in, tripped up
Hillers. Third and about 6.
Under 2 to go.
Yeah. I tell you what, whatever we're doing with Aaron Davis, I'd look real hard about see what they're doing here. Get a look at what kind of a formation they're in. If they got guys rolled into that box or not.
Right.
Hard to see down here.
Yeah, Fogo and Bosworth to the bottom of your screen. Clarkson to the top. 3rd and 7. Ellenson's going to be back to pass. He's looking for
incomplete.
I think that was Bosworth. It looked a little low. So they're on the 26. You got to think they're probably going to try and do the field goal on this.
I'm thinking the same
That'd be
thing.
a 36-yarder.
Yep, here comes the block.
Eric Ritten tuning in from Milwaukee. Says Boogie's favorite teammate tuning in from Milwaukee. Go Tyler Brown, Bear Brown. Brandy Johnson tuning in. Way to go, Snake. Thanks, you folks. We really appreciate you guys doing that. That's awesome that
I
you'll
tell
do
you what,
that.
Devin gave us some big snaps in the beginning of that drive.
He did.
He's a senior. Did a nice job at that right tackle spot. Somebody must have needed the blow or got dinged up.
Yep. Here's the snap. Here's the kick, and it's blocked. Get on the ball. Is that a live ball?
Yep.
Oh, touched by Prarie first, but I think it's still going to be Prarie ball.
Yeah.
Bosworth got on the coverage on that one.
Looked like penetration maybe right up the middle.
Yeah, and I couldn't see who got their hands on it, but you know what? We talk about this idea of the tide, right? $1:17 left. Looks like we're going to go and maybe put some points on the board. And Prarie Sheen blocks that punt with a minute 17. They're on their own 47. 53 yards to put it in the end zone. Defense has got to step up here.
Yep, both red zone defenses are getting the win so far in this
Yeah,
one.
they are. Yeah, they
red
are.
Red zone offenses are struggling. Both ways.
I'd like to see a Connor Ellenson pick six right about now. That'd be kind of nice. I'm guessing they're probably going to run off this first one, but you never know. Shotgun snap. Yep. And there it goes in the backfield. Who was that on there? I think that was Bryson Clark. No, that was Aaron Davison on the tackle. Phenomenal job slicing into the backfield. $1:07 on the clock and running. Prarie hurries back up to the ball. Shotgun snap. Oh, Clarkson right in there. Ball, and it's going to be overthrown. Bryson Clarkson sliced into that backfield big time, and I can't see who that, I think, is that Bryce Hillers? Kind of limping back. Bryson Clarkson got in the backfield, pushed that defender back, and got right into Chaka's face. Might have disrupted that throw a little bit. Man, he was on a mission.
He really uncorked that one, too. He let her fly. He threw that.
Yeah, he got that ball down the field.
40 or 50
I was just going to say something about that. Yeah, he hurled that puppy down the field.
3rd and 12.
58 seconds.
Just under a minute. Yeah.
Looking for that Hornet defense to put up a big stop here. And again, like I said, folks, I didn't get a chance to check out their kicking game, what they have for that. So you could probably imagine it's going to be 4 downs. I think that might have been
Looked like an incomplete pass.
I think it was incomplete. Yep.
4th and 12. And again, in this scenario, 54 seconds, you know, depending on if they go for it or what they do here, you keep people in front, tackle.
Yep.
You know, don't let somebody get behind you in the defense.
Right.
And make sure you tackle when they throw those underneath routes.
Right.
They're probably going to punt here, though, I would think. Wagner's back to punt.
Yep, Wagner is. Yep, he's back there for the punt. All right, so that would mean Ellenson's back to receive this one. 54 seconds left. Here comes the snap. Another kind of high one. He's got to go. Oh! And he gets it away. It's a pretty nice kick. Ellenson on the reception. Here we go. Here we go. Get around. Get through there. There he goes.
Run into the kicker.
And it looks like we're going to have a penalty.
Yep, it's on the field. Yep, Bryson just couldn't hold back.
So does that give him yardage or first down, Jerry?
Well, I didn't see the infraction. I didn't see was it personal foul, roughing the kicker.
I think it was just. I think it was. Well, we're going to take a look here. Looking at that white hat on the field. Somebody light off some fireworks out there. All right, so 5-yard penalty. Oh no, wait.
5-yard penalty.
And offsetting penalties because we had Prarie Sheen had an illegal hands to the face.
Okay.
So offsetting penalties. So the play will stand and the ball will go right to where. No, it looks like they're going to re-kick. My apologies. They're going to re-kick. So 43 seconds left on the clock. Last 2 snaps to Wagner have been kind of high. So let's see what happens on this one. Boy, you would just love to see one sail over his head, wouldn't you, Jerry? Now that one's right on target. Couldn't get that one. Boy, that's a nice kick.
That's a really nice kick.
And Ellenson looks like he's going to let it drop, and it's going to take a nice Prarie bounce. Down to about the maybe 10-yard line, it looks like. 30 seconds left on the clock. Yeah, that was a nice looking punt, Jerry. I mean, he put that thing up in the air, plenty of hang time.
Yep, a lot of hang time on that one.
I think I could have gotten down there in the coverage.
That was a booming kick, and that, like you said, it allowed the coverage to get down there and get in Connor's face.
Yeah. And honestly, after that bump, I had mentioned, that roll, what it was, I'm not sure that it really gained him that much, but gave him a little bit. So first,
30 seconds to go in the half, and Prairie's got all 3 timeouts. Richland Center's got 2. it'll be interesting to see what Prarie Chien does here.
And Prarie timeout.
Yep, they just took their first one.
So, all right, I love this, Jerry. So we want you folks to check in. So I just got a message from Amy Forehand. She said, my mom can't figure out how to check in. However, she wanted to let you know that she's Boogie's grandma, and she's watching from New Munster, Wisconsin, and she would like to remind the ladies that Boogie is single. And homecoming's coming up. We love it, folks.
Yeah, and Boogie had a bad wheel early in the game, but it looks like he's doing okay on it now.
He's doing the boogie now.
There he is.
Doing the boogie. You folks at home, I'm thinking can probably hear the cheerleaders here, and they're real close to us, which is awesome. So we get to hear those. Good to hear those young ladies as well. Yep. Jeremy Husnick and Krista Lewis, that's Brock's sister, and Whitney, Brock's niece, watching from Milwaukee. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. Brian Davis says we need a replay. We're working on it, bud. That's next year's additional feature.
Been watching too much TV.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you, Brian. It is a nice feature.
It is.
And how many times do you see things live and then
right.
when they replay it's like, are you serious?
Yeah.
But hey, the ball's on the 11-yard line. Prarie Chien is thinking what I'm thinking. Hey, they might be able to capitalize here if we, so we just got to be smart here, safe, and let's try to get out of this.
Yep. Ellenson under center, and it looks like it's going to be a pitch out to Hillers, who tried to get a block, and I don't know who. It was Ryan Wall that was on him that came up with a tackle. He had somebody out in front, did Hillers, to try to pick up a block out there. Hornets right back up on the ball. Ellenson again. And this looks like it's Davis, I think. Oh, man. Was that Boogie?
No, I don't think so. I think that was Bruce.
That might have been Bruce.
Bruce put a guy on his back. There's a pancake for Bruce.
Yeah, let's make sure we write that one down, stats guy. I was like, who did that?
It worked really good with the train sound in the background, too. That really added to that. Hear that train? That's Bruce.
Hear that train coming? That's Bruce Buchholz.
Yeah.
Brian Davis, that would have been the time I would have loved to see the replay, so we just replayed that sucker over and over again.
Okay, timeout on the field. I think Richland Center used one of theirs.
Yes, they did. Yep, so one left for the Hornets. 7 seconds left on the clock. Maybe drawing up one, if not maybe 2 plays. 7 seconds doesn't seem like a lot of time, folks, but if you can get a quick pass to the outside to stop the clock, you got some more time to work with or whatever.
That was really nice. That was our producer, Matt, that put that train sound in like that.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with the railroad tracks that are about 700 yards away, but special effects.
We got great sound effects.
Special effects and production, yeah. And all coming from a fold-out table. We know how to do it right here in Prarie, folks.
All right, 7 seconds. Very likely could be the last play of the half right here.
Yep. Probably going to try to just hurl that sucker down the field. And
timeout, Prarie Chien.
Timeout, Prarie.
Hey, we're not taking those things home with us.
No, we aren't.
Let's use them all.
You can't even take them into halftime with you.
No.
Oh, man.
So we got fireworks off in the west, and we got train noises off in the west.
Cheerleaders trying to rile up the crowd here.
Gotta love it. Oh, they got the bleachers rattling.
Oh, yeah.
Airplanes in the sky. It's a beautiful night out here.
You're right, Jerry. I mean, we're glad that you folks are tuning in from home, but I'm telling you what, what this reminds me of is our opening night last year with Lancaster.
It does.
It feels like almost the same exact.
It actually might be about the same time of year too. This just happens to be Game 5 instead of Game 1.
Right.
Boy. I mean, last year was different with the late start and then having a couple weeks off once we did get started, all due to COVID and stuff. So it was kind of weird how we got pushed clear into late October and early November, and then of course the playoff games. But all right, here we go. 7 seconds to go. Hornets.
Ellenson in the shotgun, looking to air it out. That's going to be, I think that's Fogo,
yep.
And he's going to get taken down, and that will. 1 second left. Got the first down. Or we're taking a timeout. Hornets taking their last timeout, it looks like.
Hornets with a second to go.
Yeah. Got him some yardage there. That's a nice play.
Did you kind of sense maybe a little hook and ladder was coming there?
Yeah.
I mean, did it not look like that a little bit?
It did. I was wondering if that was the play that they were going to talk, kind of maybe talk about in the silence. Maybe this is that play.
Yeah.
Who knows? We're hoping. Here's what we're hoping, Jerry, and you folks at home. We're hoping that it just becomes 7 points.
That would be
That's
awesome.
what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for.
That would be
because we're not going to get it. We're not going to get a field goal set up. You know that. So we're looking to punch this thing in the end zone in some way, shape, or form.
1 second in the half.
Yeah, and to go in with a score at half. Oh my goodness, would that be just a great momentum builder?
Yeah.
Something to lay your hat on. All right, so the Hornets come out. It looks like I think that's Lewis to the top of the screen. I believe that's Fogo and Bosworth to the bottom on the right side. You're going to probably see Ellenson in the shotgun again. Yep. Looks like Davis off to his left.
Perdocine secondary really loosening up.
Yeah, they're getting deep, almost like a punt return.
Yep. They're keeping everything in front like we talked about when we were on defense.
Here comes that pass. Wade on the middle. And it's going to be overshot for Brock Lewis.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of the first half.
I was just going to say, it takes us to halftime.
Richland Center nothing. Perdocine nothing. A very well played half in a lot of ways.
Balance.
It's just a lot of it when it came down to it was both teams when they got in the red zone struggled, made mistakes.
Yeah.
Didn't execute. And then just in general, just a lot of ball played between the 20s.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Jerry, those red zone struggles kind of just, we had a few drives at the momentum, and then the things that we've been talking about, keeping that momentum sustained, working those, a series of offensive plays, getting those first downs, and we did those things. Then, maybe here will come a flag that backs up a little bit, or like you said, between the 20s, it seemed like the play was going. As soon as they got into that red zone on both ends, each defense really started to stiffen up and made this a much more difficult opportunity for either team to punch the ball into the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, just, I know it sounds cliche when you look at the scoreboard and you look at how that first half went, but very evenly matched.
Yep.
You saw some big plays from the Perdocine offense at times, and then they just kind of, the defense for the Richland Center Hornets adjusted, and the same thing happened the other way around. You saw some really nice plays on the Hornet offense, and Perdocine seemed to make plays when they needed to.
Absolutely.
So it really a very evenly played first half, and that's why the score is what it is.
Yeah, this seems a lot more like chess than it does checkers tonight.
It does. We don't have stats here. We don't, other than the score.
Right.
We don't have the stats, but if we looked at, I gotta believe they're pretty even.
I would think so too. I mean, a lot of yards on the ground for both teams.
Yep.
The pass just hasn't been there for either team. Well, I shouldn't say that. Prarie's completed a few, but it hasn't resulted in any kind of big plays. They tried to hurl it down the field. We saw Checha, launch that one way down the field. I mean, he got some air underneath that thing. Just didn't turn out to be anything for Prarie. Much like the same for us. We're trying to make these plays happen, and they just aren't materializing into something big when we need something big. So you almost got to think, Jerry, that, who's going to make that first big play, and does that give you an indicator who's going to walk away with a W?
Yeah, and you look at the stats that you see usually on a typical Saturday or Sunday game. They'll put the turnover stat and those kind of things. Turnovers are even. I don't think either team has one.
Nope.
So it's just been, punting the ball back and forth, stopping each other on downs. Penalties are probably close to even, I would guess.
I think we might have
a few more.
A few more than they do, but yeah, beyond that, I mean, honestly though, I think you're right, Jerry. Everything seems to be, kind of level across the board with both of these teams tonight. So, by the way, let's see, Melissa Schlater coming in from Runnels, Iowa. Go number 32. That's an Aaron Davis fan there. And then Kent Simmons watching in Homosassa. I believe it's Homosassa, Florida. Alex McDonald's granddad.
Outstanding.
So awesome to see that. Oh, Eric Ritten, Boogie's a local celebrity, a lady killer. Oh boy. Folks, we got to make sure that he's able to get his head through the door at school on Monday. So go easy on him. Go easy on him. No, we'd love to see you folks tuning in. So keep that up. Also, if you could let us know, somebody on the online chat, if you could let us know, how are things sounding? Are we glitchy? Are we, do we have some delay? Things of that nature. If you could give us kind of an update, we can only see what we can see here. So please let us know. Thanks.
Yeah, it's definitely a little different vantage point for us. We're usually up in the air, either in a booth or maybe on like a mezzanine, like last year when we were at Baroqua.
Right.
That was a nice little next layer up type thing.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with being at ground level. It's just it's really hard to call, who's in on the tackles.
Right.
Yard lines are tough, so we're doing the best we can with what we have, but we do have great equipment, which helps a lot too. So.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with you folks in just a few minutes. Hang tight. We'll be back with the second half of the halftime coming up in just a second.
Hornet Football Summer Camps Incorporated proudly welcomes you to our live stream this evening. We are grateful to both school districts for allowing us to provide this service to a regional and national audience. Our organization is independent and not associated with the Richland School District. Any discussion in the live stream does not necessarily reflect the views of the Richland School District.
Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Wes.
We'd like to thank all you for your support of the Hornet football live stream.
It enables our family members all over the country to watch the Hornet football games.
We'd especially like to thank our grandparents, John and Ann Vandyville, and our other set of grandparents, Stu and Kathy Bosworth.
And our aunt and uncles, Brian and Jill, and our aunt, Mary and Jan.
Go Hornets.
Go Hornets.
All right, coming back to you folks. Second half of our halftime. Got about 4.5 minutes left before they're going to blow the whistle. And Jerry, it's again kind of a back and forth battle. Nothing really kind of lighting up the screen yet tonight. We were just kind of talking. We got Phil and the up in the booth above us, and we were kind of saying, first maybe that first big play. That's the team that walks out of here with a W. Or you had said something too, maybe a 3-0 score at the end of the game. I don't know. I mean, something's got to give.
And if this continues, this great defensive play and maybe a little bit of lack of execution on both offenses, because when it really comes down to it, that's what the first half was. If that continues, it very well could be a kick that wins it. And I like our chances if that's the case.
I do too.
We got one of the best in the Midwest, and I mean, if we get him in a position where we get the snap and the hold and everything's there,
and the line,
and the block,
gets it up over top of them,
I mean, who knows? I mean, you don't know what's going to happen, but if it stays like this, it could come down to something like that.
It could definitely come down to Hiller's leg. There's no doubt about that. And again, it has just been kind of this back and forth, sustained drives for a while, and then all of a sudden, there's a stop, and then goes the other way, sustained drive, and then, the brakes get put on at about the 18 or the 22-yard line or whatever.
You look back to that first half, and one of the big parts of where we're at right now is the big drive that Prarie made on their first drive of the game. We turned it over to them. They brought it all the way down the field, and we stopped them in the red zone.
Yeah.
And that was huge.
Absolutely it was.
It's kind of set the tone for the rest of the half, and who knows, maybe deeper into this game. So, if they score there, things are different.
Right.
I mean, in a lot of different ways. So, I like our defense, kind of that bend, don't break attitude, and we've done that, and we've done it a lot. So.
Yeah, we're going to see how that gets put back on display here in the second half, and Prarie's got to be thinking the same thing. I mean, they've got to be saying, what's that shot that's going to get us, get some points on the board. And again, I got to expect that the way that they're going to get points on the board is by getting into the end zone rather than through the uprights. I could be wrong on that, but like you said, Jerry, I kind of like our chances of that happening maybe a little bit better than theirs.
Sure.
The one thing that I'm not seeing, sorry, Jerry,
that's all right. Go ahead.
The one thing that I'm not seeing tonight is, and which is a great thing, are those just the mental mistakes, those mental penalties. Right. The personal fouls and the things. We haven't seen any of that tonight. So from either side of the ball, from either the Blackhawks or the Hornets, that's always a good thing to see. Kids got their heads about them. They're playing hard football, knowing what things they can and can't do. So good to see that this evening.
Yeah, I mean, you're out here to win a football game.
Right.
It's not a fighting match or a brawl. It's just go out and play good football and may the best team win. And right now it's dead even. So
right.
We'll see what the second half brings. I think back to that first half, and if you wanted to try to find a positive on offense for the Hornets, the way we attacked their middle, with Aaron Davis and Colton Stibbe up the middle on those fullback runs up the middle, and then of course the slants over the middle to Nate Fogel. We had some success over that middle of the Prarie du Chien defense. So
we absolutely did.
Unless they adjust or maybe change their positioning, that might be something you see more of in the second half too.
And if you talk about those adjustments, and every coaching staff does this at every halftime, they got to find out, hey, this is what worked, this is what didn't. And so you got to imagine that the Prarie defense is saying, hey, they're finding those holes, those A-gap holes in the middle with the fullback dives or like you said, about 8 or 9 yards past the line of scrimmage with those quick slants to Fogo. And here's the thing that I think you and I both could agree on, is that if you start plugging up that middle, that allows Hillers to get to the outside, and that's where he likes to go. He does like to kind of bounce that ball to the outside, especially when he starts seeing a little bit of green, a little bit of daylight out in that area, and have him take off. And you saw him do that one. I think he must have had probably a 37-yard run out here because he went out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Ball came loose. It was already down, but there was that holding penalty, and that backed us up. So when he gets that space in front of him, he's able to turn it into something positive. It's just making sure that we can sustain those things. Stay away from the flags.
That's you referred to the big play of this half, and it's stuff like that can happen. We hope it happens with the orange and black and
not the maroon and white.
Yeah, we need that. So
right.
But again, just it's been a really back and forth game, and it's been fun to watch. And
it has.
And pretty evenly played, pretty evenly matched, and
Yeah, I mean,
anybody's game to win.
Yeah, we can't say anything about the first half where we're just like, oh man, they really dominated on either team. It seems like for every right cross comes a counter left.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If you're looking at it in kind of boxing terms, they just kind of keep jabbing away at each other, jabbing away. So you're looking for hopefully somebody to make that haymaker, and let's hope it's us. Just throwing that big haymaker over top.
So as we get a little closer to the start of the second half here, some things to keep in mind. I believe Prarie Chien won the toss. And
So they'll be receiving.
And elected to defer, so that you notice that they kicked the ball to us first. And so we'll probably be kicking to them to start this half off. And again, once again, we're going to hang our hat on that defense to come out and get an early stop, hopefully. And that would be sweet if we could do that.
Yeah, we got about $140 before that whistle blows. There they are. See if we can get a camera on those ladies. Our cheerleaders came out tonight, making that drive from PDC. Yeah, you guys are on film.
You're on camera.
You're on camera right now. Smile. There. There we go. Love to see those gals out here supporting the team too. Good stuff. Ellie Falk's back there trying to catch popcorn in her mouth. There's your shout out, girlie. They're having fun, and that's what it's all about, Jerry. It's about getting out here, having fun, cheering on your team.
Yep.
The folks in the stands doing the same things. Appreciate seeing those people out here. And again, you folks at home, we really appreciate that as well. All right, here we go. Let's see. I've got Katie Schmitz, Roll Hornets. Katie from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Ooh.
Go number 4. Leaf Carlson checking in from Planet Mars, he says. Actually, I think Leaf said he was going to be maybe camping out at his farm out by Viola this weekend. So I don't know that he's streaming us from out there, so he might be home tonight. Thanks for checking in, Leaf, Coach Carlson. Brian Davis, Wayne and Larry, you're doing great. How about we just replace Buck and Aikman? What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Get those guys out there. Let's see. Sharon Pansky sound pretty good for you too. Thanks, Sharon. Appreciate you checking in. Alexis Stibbe, Stevens Point, calling in for number 33. Her brother Colton Stibbe. Rory Schultz, great night to be a Blue. Dora Castillo watching and listening here in South America and Uruguay. Dora, you folks check in every week from
that's
Uruguay.
incredible. I love that.
We love that. That is amazing that we're getting, to the south of the equator, halfway around the world almost. That's great stuff. You keep doing this, folks. We loved it. We love to see you. We love to see you checking in. Thanks again. All right, so we're going to get the second half rolling here in just a minute. So like Jerry said, we're going to be kicking off to Prarie. We're going to be kicking left to right. And it looks like we've got McCackeren, and I got to get that one right. McCackeren. Oh, they got 3 receivers back. McCackeren. Looks like Ty Wagner. And number 14, Kurt Wall. 3 receivers back. They must be figuring that maybe Hiller's going to try to boot this puppy deep, huh?
Yeah,
and he's got the leg to do it.
Which he's very capable of, that's for
Yep.
sure.
All right, so Hiller's lining up for the kick. There's the whistle. And the approach. And there's the kick. And it's going to be shorter than what they were anticipating. Oh, it's going to go past him. And he's going to try and grab it. Hornets are down there. And that looked like Alec McDonald, I think, on the stop. Yep, Alec McDonald on that tackle. All right, so Prarie Chien's going to take over from their 20, 1st and 10.
Pretty good coverage.
Yeah, it was. And that kick, all 3 of those receivers were expecting. They all lined up on the 10. They were expecting a big boot. And Hillers decided to kind of drop it in front of him and let the ball play a little bit.
He kind of kicked it in the hole. There was like a hole between that line and the next line.
Yeah, there was. Here comes a run right up the middle. And I think that was probably Wagner again. Yep. Colton Stibbe on that tackle. Gain of about 4 or 5. Ellenson on that too.
Yep.
All right, so Stibbe and Ellenson in on that. 2nd and 6 after that gain of 4 by Wagner. If I was a betting man, Jerry, I'd I'd bet another run. Just my thoughts.
Yeah, well, that's their bread and butter. That's our bread and butter.
It certainly is. And here it comes. It's going to be Wagner again. He's going to get to that outside, trying to get around. Had a stiff arm try there on Bryce Hillers. Hillers takes him down.
Out to about the 29. Looks like it'll be third and about
Third and a yard.
third and maybe a yard, not even quite.
Yeah, they got it pretty tight on that stripe there, Jerry. So third and a couple inches.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised to see a QB sneak here or one of those fullback dives. Jacob brings in the play here. You got Mallet to the bottom of your screen. He's going to duck in under center, and it's going to be that fullback dive right up the middle. And I think that might be Wagner again. Nope, that's Wall. Kurt Wall on that carry.
Wall on the carry. Looks like he took it out to about the 34.
Yep.
First and 10 Blackhawks.
Again, kind of just exploiting those A-gaps again. They're kind of really doing almost the same thing that we're doing, Jerry. I mean, they're hitting right off the nose tackle to the right or left. I believe that's Aaron Davis as our nose. And just trying to find those seams. So pretty well evenly matched up on those front lines. Jacob back under center. Gets that out to Koenig, who's not going to go anywhere.
Look at there's a host of Hornets
That's
on
Nate
that one.
Fogel. That's, I think,
Look like Brock
Bruce
Lewis.
Clarkson or Bruce, is that Bruce Buckholtz maybe? Tyler Brown. Yeah, I couldn't tell all the numbers. That was that was a sea of white.
Definitely Brock Lewis on there too.
Yeah, I did see Brock Lewis back there. Loss of 4 on that play. That's a direction we'd like those runners to go. If I missed somebody on that gang tackle, I apologize or misspoken who was in on that.
I'd like to have that problem more often.
No kidding.
When you get that many people to the football, good things happen.
Absolutely.
So
and let's try to do it consistently. They're going to bring their receivers in a little bit tight. Edmondson's going to be on your tight end. And it's going to be the pass to the right side. And that's going to be McCakron.
Yeah, big
I got to
gain
get that name. McCakron.
Big gain out near, even beyond midfield.
Yeah, and I don't know who.
Had a nice run after the catch on that.
I think it might have been McDonald on the initial contact with him to try to bring him down, and he got yards after the catch after that. He's a big kid.
First and 10 on the Hornet 47.
6'2", 160. All right, Hornet defense trying to dig in here again. Amundsen in the slot. They got a trips set up to the left.
Another
and
pass.
it looks like it's going to go that way over top, over the middle. And it looks like a completed pass. That looked like Oldenburg. First time we've called his name, 5'7", 150. He's a senior.
Yep, much like we talked about for the Hornets attacking the first half, they're hitting that middle.
Yep.
A lot of slant patterns and crossing routes. And those are hard to defend, especially if you don't get any pressure up the middle on the quarterback.
Right, and that's a thing that, you know, we got a few times in the first half, and I haven't seen it yet this time. Handoff. And that looks like it's going to be Bryce Hillers in on that one, and I think that was Rhett Koenig on the carry.
Rhett Koenig, his first carry of the second half.
Gains 5 on that play. They're doing it in the middle, Jerry. Like you said, they're just kind of exploiting that middle. A couple runs, and then here comes a pass. Couple runs, here comes a pass. They're mixing it up a little more.
Mixing it up, and that's I think that's really the key.
Right.
So they can't dig their heels in and just pin their ears back and bring it. You know?
Right.
You got to play it honest. 4
receivers, 2 to the top of the screen, 2 to the bottom. Here comes a shotgun pass. He's looking to the right-hand side. Little sidearm sling, and he went over the middle to the right side. And that was an Oldenburg huge pass to him.
Made a really nice catch on that ball.
Yep.
They're deep inside Hornet territory.
From the 13.
In the red zone.
And again, I think he went to the right side, and I can't see because we're at field level. I couldn't see who was on that side of the ball for our defensive backs. We got Ellenson in the safety. Looks like on the right side might be Bosworth. I'm thinking maybe on the left side might be McDonald. All right, let's see if we can get a little fumble on the ground. And that looked like Checha jumped on it right away. So it's going to be about a loss of a yard, maybe 2. They're going to give him a loss of 2. Second 12 on the 15. And again, Jerry, this is what we talked about. You know, they get into that red zone area,
Yep.
and what happens? Okay, so now first thing that happens is a bad snap, loses you a couple yards and a down.
Thinking of Yogi Berra here, maybe. It's deja vu
All over again.
Yeah, it's just like it is. It's like
Yeah.
both teams get down here and they just stub their toe. It's
Yeah.
like weird.
Yep. All right, shotgun formation. Checha back to pass, going to the left side. Incomplete pass. So I think he was intended for McCakerin on that one.
Yeah, pretty well covered by Bryce Hillers.
Yep.
He might have threw that away on purpose because he threw it into the ground.
Yeah, it was a low pass,
The
definitely.
coverage was there.
Yeah. All right, so now you're looking at 3rd and 12. And again, kind of this stall that happens when we get into the red zone. Both defenses kind of tightening it up. So let's see what happens on this one. 3rd and 12.
Come on, D.
And
Come on,
again,
D.
we
Dial it up.
don't know what their kicking game is like, their field goal game. So let's see what happens on this one. 3rd and 12, a stop here would be huge for the Hornets.
Got trips left.
And they've been completing this on the other side. When they run trips left, they've been completing it on the other side. And there goes the pass over top. And it's incomplete. Oh my goodness, Amundsen had a chance at that one. It bounced off his hands.
Yeah. Yep. Connor kind of misjudged the depth of that pass.
Right, because Amundsen high pointed that thing, and when he got it to the top, he just could not haul it. Oh, now we got some flags on the field. Holding possibly? Looks like it's in the offensive backfield. Oh my goodness. There's those mistakes again.
Yeah, that really hurts.
Big time.
That's a personal foul. That's going to be half the distance to the goal first down. Huge penalty.
That's a big mistake.
Not sure what they called or what they saw, but that's huge.
And I wasn't looking at that. All I was looking at was the defense in the backfield or in the end zone.
Instead of 1st and 12, it's 1st and goal.
Yeah.
Or 4th and 12, it's 1st and goal.
From the 7. All right, Checha under center. He's going to roll out to the right. That's going to be Koenig. And he's going to get stopped short. Brock Lewis, and then, but not after a gain of 5. Second and goal from the 2. Hornets really got to tighten down the screws on the defense here. Punching the ball out of that runner's hands would be perfect. Look for that fade route for Amundsen at the top of the screen. I think it looks like maybe Fogo's over there on him right now. I can't quite tell. Nope, it's going to go to Koenig, and he's going to go in for the score.
Touchdown, Rhett Koenig. Prarie 6-0.
Well, folks, there's your first points up on the board. On the other side of the scoreboard, we were kind of hoping they would be on that right side. And this is always, for Jerry, for years and years and years, this has been a pretty good rivalry between these two teams. So you got to think that the Hornets are going to do whatever they can to come back right away. Maybe not with a quick strike, but definitely with a strike. Now you're seeing the kicking game, and that's up and good. So 7-0. And there's the train whistle on cue. Yeah, Jerry, I got to tell you, I kind of want to put the headset down and walk up into the booth and just move that microphone away from that guy's mouth a little bit. I don't know if you folks can hear that at home, but boy, oh boy, it sounds like he's just eating the microphone up there. All right, so Hornets defense gives up that first score, but you got to know they're going to be trying to come back, Jerry, with some sort of offensive set to get things rolling. The thing that, as we started out in this second half, it seemed, and at the end of the first half, when we got that tempo going, if we got a couple plays strung together and kind of that hurry-up offense, not necessarily hurry-up offense, but just kind of kept the tempo rolling, it seemed like that kind of gave us more momentum. We were able to kind of string some things together. So let's see what happens here with what Coach does after they receive the kickoff.
Best thing you can do is answer. I mean, they took that ball and drove it down the field, and we gave them a break with the roughing the passer penalty. But bottom line, you have to answer.
Right.
You got to have a good return here, and you got to drive it right back down the field.
And honestly, that's what gave them the opportunity for the score. For the touchdown anyway. So it looks like Lewis and Fogo back for this. It's going to be Zaya on the kick. Whistle blows. Here comes the approach and the kick. And it's a low liner. And that's going to be going to let it go out of bounds. And there's the flag. Brock Lewis did a nice job
play,
of just
Brock.
staying off of that ball, kind of keeping it in his vision. but staying off of it, letting it roll out of bounds. That's a flag. It's going to bring it up. I guess we'll see where they spot that thing because I don't see where it went out.
Should be a 35. It's a penalty on the kick. He didn't touch it, did he?
No, I don't think he did at all.
We should have the ball first and 10 at
First
the
and
35.
10 at the 35. So smart move there. All right, so then that's what we got to do. We got to use that as momentum and start pushing that ball down the field. So again, Jerry, kind of those short dive plays up the middle have been helpful for us. Those passes across the middle to Fogo, those have been productive.
Yep.
So look for the Hornets to go back to that, or maybe some other trick up Coach Strachel's sleeve.
Yep, that and just maybe kind of do a little bit about what Prarie did. Just mix it up a little bit. Keep them off balance.
And that looks like Aaron Davis on the
Yeah,
carry.
it does. Yeah, he's having a field day. They're struggling with him.
They are.
Yeah,
gain of about 5 or 6, and that looks like about
5 or 6 yard run has been there all night.
Yeah, it has, and we've almost always done it on first down. I mean, he's got enough of a push. That ball's getting off quick. The handoff is getting there, and he's just beating the tacklers to the spot. So 2nd and 5 from the 40. Ellinson's going to be back under center. Davis and Hiller's behind him. And this is going to go to Davis again. He's going to go to that same spot. Gain a couple more yards. See where they spot this.
Third and a long 2 maybe?
Long 2. I was just going to say that, Jerry. They'll probably they put it up 3rd. I was going to say they'll probably put it 3rd and 3 on the screen on the scoreboard. Now 3rd and 2, looking at about the 43-yard line. So again, kind of this just chugging away into that middle of their defense.
Yep.
Let's see what happens on this play. Ellinson's going to go back under center. Davis behind him. Hiller's behind that. This one's going to go to Hillers. He's going to try to bounce it to the outside, and it is just not there tonight. He just can't find that seam to the outside. And I think he lost some yardage on that one. We were at 3rd and 2. And it looks like the offense is going to go for it. Either got right back to the line of scrimmage or just a shade behind. All right, Davis, Hillers. He's going to go to Davis again. And I don't think he's going to get this.
Nope.
Hornet offense going to turn it over on downs.
Turn it over on downs right here. And going to give Prarie Chien pretty good field position.
Yeah, and again, kind of that momentum swing. That pendulum still on their side of the ball right now after that touchdown. And now you get a 4-down stop there. We got the initial first. No, we didn't get the first down, did we?
No.
Yeah, it was
we
4.
Started on the 35.
4 runs and just couldn't get it done. So 1st and 10 from the Hornet 43. Cheka. That J's throwing me off. Cheka bringing in the play. Looks like McCacker into the low side. They got trips up to the right. He's going to look for the pass, and I think it's broken up. Incomplete. And Ellenson had coverage on that. He was right with them. That was intended for Oldenburg.
Pretty good attempt he made at the ball, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
He made a diving attempt, and ball was kind of thrown low. And
it was. And I don't know if Cheka was trying to, kind of try to keep that ball low and away so that it could get to Oldenburg where Ellenson maybe couldn't get to it. But, man, he stuck the coverage on that one. It was good. All right, so after that incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 from the 43. 4:10 left in the 3rd quarter here.
Probably gonna come back with a run here.
Yep. And there it is. And that's going to be Wagner right up the middle. Lewis on that tackle. That's a decent gain. Looks like he got about 5 yards back. So 3rd and 5. Our down marker on the scoreboard is non-existent now. I'm not sure what happened there. So we're going to try our best to give it there. It's back. 3rd and 5 from the 38. That's Koenig to the left.
Trips right.
Yep.
Single receiver left.
And he's going that way. It's going to Amundsen. And I think he's going to get that first down. Got around Fogo to that side. And Looks like they're moving the chains.
Olden,
First and 10.
Oldenburg on the big pickup. Starting to see some of those athletes coming out in the second
Yep.
half here.
Was that Oldenburg or was that Amundsen?
That was Oldenburg.
Okay, I thought it was Amundsen.
Never mentioned his name the whole first half, I don't think.
I don't think so either. Maybe once, but I think you're right, Jerry.
But he's been a factor here early in the second
Yes,
half.
he
that's
has.
for
Yep, he's been a weapon for them, definitely. Now you see Amundsen up to the top. Looks like that's Mallet to the bottom of the screen. And Koenig, that's Amundsen in motion. Koenig's going to get the pitch out to that same side where the motion went. And that's going
sure.
nowhere.
Going stuffed.
That's Teague Perkins, and I think that was Bryce Hillers. Teague Perkins and Bryce Hillers in on that tackle. I don't think he gained. Yeah, he lost a half a yard on that one. So 2nd and 11. And again, Jerry, you know, that's where we want to start things out. You know, negative yardage on that first yard play or an incomplete pass, it's fine. It's just tightening things up on that 2nd down and that 3rd down.
Yeah.
So defense has got to kind of put the screws to it here. Prarie on their own, or on the Hornet 33. Amundsen to the top. That's McCackern to the bottom. And it looks like he's going to go for the pass. A little pressure. He's going across the middle. And it's batted away. And it's picked off. That's Connor Ellenson. There we go. Oh, and I just saw a flag come in. So the interception's going to stand, but you know it's going to come back for probably an illegal block in the back.
I think
God,
so.
darn it.
Yeah, he made a nice return, too.
He did. I mean, he brought that ball all the way up to almost the 50-yard line. So Connor Ellenson on that pick, but Jerry, I got a bad feeling it's going to be an illegal block in the back.
Exactly when that flag came out, so.
Let's see what happens here. Holding. That's a holding call.
Holding on the return. You got to be, okay, all right.
So that's going to go from the spot of the foul, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, my good grief.
And they threw it pretty early.
Well, we get the interception, so that stops the offensive drive for Prarie, but good grief. Instead of being on the 49-yard line, we're sitting on the 10?
We gave up a lot of turf on that. Again, we're hurting ourselves.
Yep.
We're just hurting ourselves.
I mean, the penalties have been the thing that have just they've stifled us. They've stymied any positivity that we got going. So here comes a stunt to the outside from the Prarie defense. That's going to be Aaron Davis again, I think. Again, we're kind of away from the play. Nope, that looks like Connor Ellenson on the keeper. Yeah, Ellenson on that keeper. I think he got a little bit on that, a yard maybe, too. About a yard.
Well, it'd be nice if we can capitalize off that turnover.
Yes.
That was a big turnover.
My goodness, we needed it.
Not as big as it could have been, but
no kidding.
that was a big chunk of yards we
Oh,
lost.
40 yards we lost on that holding call. All right, so Ellenson in the shotgun here. Or is that Drew Pauls? Drew Pauls, I think, maybe back there. He's going to wing it over across the middle, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. Is that Drew Pauls? I can't tell. I'm trying to look at the screen here. No, that was Ellen. Well, I guess it could have been Pauls if Ellenson's still in there, but no, I think that was Ellenson on that pass. So now 3rd and 9. We're sitting on our own 11-yard line. Hornets got to get some offensive mojo going here, Jerry.
No doubt.
I mean, they got to get something rolling. That Prarie defense is just—they're not giving up. They're not giving up hardly anything tonight.
No.
They've been playing lights out. All right, so it looks like Lewis to the bottom of your screen. I think I saw that anyway. And now we got whistles blowing.
Timeout, Richland Center.
Yep.
I think we had a late substitution there. Play clock was kind of down, I think.
Yeah,
I think coach called that so we don't lose half the distance of the goal.
Yep. Yeah, because crying out loud, another penalty that we wouldn't need.
Yeah.
So after that turnover, and boy, Jerry, as soon as I saw that tip up in the air and then Ellenson, and then he starts coming back, and as soon as I saw that yellow flag on the field,
It was almost immediate.
Yeah.
As soon as he caught the ball, that flag come out.
I don't know how you can do a holding call that quick. I mean, illegal block in the back, I can understand that. Yeah. Holding, I'm not sure. Holding's got to take at least a couple seconds to develop. But, yeah, you're right. That thing came out unless the only thing I could think of, but no, that would still, unless it was holding on one of our defenders, but then would that negate the interception? So it had to be holding after the interception. But yeah, you're right. That came out quick.
It came out really quick. That's why you saw the field position we've got.
Yeah, right.
It's like
Because the penalty on that will go from the spot of the foul, and then they'll back it up from there. So even if you see like an offensive holding, if your line of scrimmage is the 40, and the holding happened on the 35, they're going to march it back from that spot from the 35 back 10 yards, so that'll put you on the 25. That's why those penalties are just such big killers.
they're gigantic. When you think about a penalty that costs you 40-some yards,
Yeah, that's
that's
big.
huge.
Third and 9.
Flag. That one came out immediately.
And that's going to be Ellenson rolling out to his left. And I think he just ran out of real estate, but I'm not sure what the flag is.
Neutral zone infraction, maybe. I don't know. It came out right at the snap, pretty much. Oh, illegal procedure on 32, it looked like. So maybe Aaron Davis might have been rocking in his stance or starting up the field a little early.
Nonetheless,
they'll probably decline this.
Yeah. And here comes the punt unit.
I thought I saw the referee give 32
and
then kind of an illegal
Yeah,
procedure.
the illegal shift, that's what it is. Decline, 4th down. So 4th and 9 from the 11. Hillers is probably going to have his heels on the end zone for this. Yeah, you can see him there next to the goalpost. Now, here's the one good thing I can say, Jerry. If Prarie gets a little pressure on this, you got a pretty good kicker back there, and you saw him on display last week getting out of trouble. Here's a boot. Nice high kick. Kind of a short one. Watch that ball. Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. All right, they're going to down it there. It looks Prarie's going to have pretty darn good field position right about midfield.
About the
49.
Yep. Nice kick out of the end zone, though.
Yeah, that's a 59-yard boot.
High and no return.
Right. Good grief. That guy's got that's driving me nuts. I feel sorry for the fans across the way. Maybe he thinks he needs to yell so they can hear him, but he's on a microphone. You're on speaker system, brother. It's all right. Relax, pal. Relax, buddy. All right, so here we go, Hornets on defense. Here comes a snap. It's going to be a pass. He's going to go across that outside.
Pretty good tackle there. Connor Ellenson
That was
come
Wall.
up on the hit.
Yep, that was Wall. They kind of rolled him out. I think he was off in that tight end position. They kind of just rolled him out that way. Looked like a fake handoff. Cheka, rolled out to the right-hand side. Enough for the first down.
Little play action.
That puts him on the 41. So he got a nice chunk of yardage on that. 1:12 and counting on the clock. Hornet defense, man, got to stiffen up. You would hope that interception would give a little spark, a little fire. That's Koenig on the carry, and I don't know who was on the tackle. A few Hornets in on that one. Brock Lewis, I think, maybe was one of them. He's coming off the field right now. And sounds like maybe Cole Brenninger in on that one. First time I think we've called Cole's name tonight. About 40 seconds left in the quarter. See what happens with the Hornet defense here. Got to think Prarie's just going to milk this clock as much as they can going into the 4th. So we'll have about 20 seconds on the clock when this snap happens. Looks like Amundsen coming to the bottom of the screen, and I can't tell who is up at the top right now, but that looks like,
there's a
what do we got
shift.
here? Little false start.
Illegal procedure, Prarie to Chien.
Wagner was in the
5.
Yep, Wagner was in the backfield on that. Offsides. How do you get offsides on the offense?
It was. Yeah.
I know. I'm just listening to the guy upstairs. I'm being a little critical. I'm sorry, buddy. I apologize.
2nd down and 12.
All right. This is the. Thanks, man. Getting a little. Emily Walsh. PDC isn't lucky enough to have great announcers like RCH does and you guys. Thanks, Emily. Appreciate
Thanks,
that.
Emily.
And that'll end the 3rd quarter.
That's it for quarter number 3.
Oh, man.
Well, hopefully the 4th quarter is ours.
And the 2nd quarter has been all season long, and I got to tell you what, I don't think the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd has really been our quarter.
No.
So we're due.
Yeah,
We're just absolutely due for getting a quarter going our way. So let's hope that the 4th quarter is that quarter. Well, what do you say, Jerry? I mean, you got to hope that the defense is going to have enough in them to kind of hold these guys out here. So they're going to have to, punt the ball away. I mean, they got decent field position right now, so that's That's a thing going for Prarie.
Yeah.
The thing that we're going to have going for us is contain. We've seen him kind of running those middle slant passes or kind of getting the ball to the outside a couple times. That Oldenburg, he's had a couple of nice catches. And Cochran, he's had a couple of nice catches. So the going through the air has definitely helped him. I mean, it hasn't really hurt him that much. They haven't had that many mistakes other than that one pick. But beyond that, Wagner's had a really strong game, running a really strong game tonight. So I don't know. We got to get something going, some spark.
I think number one, you can't give up another score.
No.
You cannot go down 2 scores at this stage in the ball game with the way it's been played. We got to get a stop here. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You got to get a stop, get the ball back, and the offense has got to sustain one of the best drives they've had all night. So.
All right, checking the play here. Jacob changing the play at the line, and it looks like probably a Prarie timeout.
Yeah, the play clock was down. I saw the back judge getting into his 5 count, so I don't know if I don't think they would have done that on purpose. The clock wasn't running. So
Right.
I'm not sure why
I think there's just a little confusion on the play where folks were supposed to be, because I saw Jacob kind of look into the backfield and doing a little directionals on, hey, where you supposed to be over here, things of that nature. So, well, let's hope you kind of use that to our advantage. Gives us another chance to kind of get set on the defensive end of things and see what the Blackhawk offense is going to throw at us.
Yep.
Boy, oh boy! Like you said, Jerry, we got to get a stop. That's just all there is to it. I don't know that you can say anything else. What else do you say? The defense has to come up with a stop on this.
And they're very capable and been doing
Sure
it.
they are.
Been doing it all year. Been doing it all night, really.
Yep.
If we ever needed it, this is where we really, really need one.
Amundsen in motion, and it's going to be a pitch out to that left side, and that's oh man, that looks like Bryson Clarkson and Sam Bosworth in on that tackle. I think they were trying to get Wagner out to that left side. They had motion going to the right. They had Amundsen kind of coming in motion from the left side to the right, and then they ended up running it to that left side. And we sniffed that out, Clarkson and Bosworth. All right, Jerry, so 3rd and 14, lost it 2. This is the thing that we were talking about.
Yep.
This is where that defense has to, they got to dig their heels in here. No big plays, got to have sure tackles, make these Blackhawks punt it away. Here comes a little pressure up the middle.
Incomplete.
And it's incomplete. That's exactly what we needed. But I got to tell you what, Jerry, Amundsen had a lot of green around him.
Yeah, he did. Did we get some pressure on the quarterback?
We did get some pressure on the quarterback, and that might have disrupted the throw. But, man, Amundsen didn't have a guy within probably 15 yards of him.
No, he was right in that
That
seam.
was scary.
So it looks to me like maybe they're going to punt. I'm not sure.
I think so. Let's find out here. Yeah, it looks like Wagner's in the formation here. So Wagner's going to boot this thing away. And what we've seen so far out of Wagner for his kicks,
awesome.
that kid can kick.
Yep.
Here comes the snap. Here's the kick away. Nice booming end over end. And it's going to be a fair catch.
Field it. Good boy. Attaboy.
And that's
what, no, I've seen,
I know.
You let that ball bounce down in there, and you could get pinned down.
Yeah,
inside the 5,
that becomes an ugly position.
That was a good fair catch, and
smart play by Ellenson.
It really was.
Yeah, and that smart play and the right play there.
Good job, Connor.
Yeah, because that again, the one thing I can say definitely about Wagner and his kicking game, that kid's got a boot. He's a good kicker.
You know, you look back on the previous games and then this one. There's been a lot of good punters. I mean, across the board. Obviously, we have one, but it's like that's not to be taken for granted.
No. That extra weapon we keep calling it. You know
and
something to have in your back pocket. All right, so Hornets are going to start on their own 13, 1st and 10. Ellenson's going to be in shotgun. This is going to come around to Nate Fogle. He's got some running room. Going to come back up the middle. Nice. Great gain. Nate the Great. Woo. He gets his first down.
That's good. Get us out of that hole down there.
Yeah, we were, in the 13-yard line, nothing to sneeze about. I mean, you got a little bit of room. It's not like being on the 3 or nothing, but, boy, that's a big help. All right, first down.
Nice
Looks like
play.
it's on about the 24-yard line.
Good play call, good execution.
Yep. Ellenson under center. Bosworth to the top. Clarkson on the bottom. It's going to be a handoff. That looks like to Aaron Davis again. Not a whole lot on that one. I don't even know if he got back to the line of scrimmage, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you know,
Maybe one.
there's Prairie du Chien defensive line starting to win that war a little bit.
Yeah,
as
no
of,
gain
as
on
of
that
late.
one. No game.
You know, for a while there, we kind of had our way up the middle, but
Yeah, that's starting to change.
that's starting to go the other direction.
Yeah,
right
so that's now you got to start working on those adjustments about, you know, what are you going to do against that then? But the other thing that we said, you know, if they start plugging that up, we're going to see if, you know, Hillers can bounce it outside, and he just hasn't been able to find that crease quite yet this second half. Of course, he's only got a couple of opportunities to do so. Here's Fogo on motion again. Snap, flag right away. Ellison's taking it himself. Here we go. You know the bad thing about this?
now. Flag.
Soft flag. Illegal shift. I'd like to see who that's on because we had a guy in motion. I don't know who else moved, Jerry.
I don't know either.
I'd like, again, if we had a replay, I'd like to see who was on the illegal shift in that. He's talking to Bryce right now, but Bryce is throwing up a saying. I don't remember seeing Bryce move at all.
Oh.
And coach is asking for it too.
Every time we have a big play.
Yeah.
Every time.
And Troxel doesn't like the call. I can see his body language, but where? I didn't see the shift. What did he do?
I don't know.
That's what I'm going to have to go back and take a look at.
Again, being at ground level, it's hard to see.
Yeah, I know.
That's the kind of stuff you can't pick out.
No.
All I know is the flag came out almost immediately.
Yeah, it was real fast. All right, so here we go, 2nd and 15. Here goes Hillers out the right side. Probably going to get at least 5 of those back. I'm trying to take a look at that, Jerry. See if I can pick that up. That illegal shift. I'm trying my best here. So we're trying to watch iPhone replay and live stream at the same time. All right. So 3rd and 9 from the 25. Nah. All right, Ellison in the shotgun. Here comes the snap. Back pedals. Looking over the top. Looking for Bryce. Brock Lewis. Oh! Had it in his hands. Oh, my goodness.
What an effort. That was a heck of an effort.
Boy,
by
oh,
Brock.
boy.
Nice ball by Connor.
Yeah, right on the number.
Great effort on the part of Brock. Defender right in his jock. I mean, that guy was right there, you know, and almost pulled that in. Just couldn't quite hang on to it.
Yep.
Now we've got punt formation.
Oh, yeah.
Hillers is back deep.
So, Jerry, I just watched that replay on here, and I'm not sure where that flag came from. I can't tell you where that – wow. So it's going to be a roller.
So
it's going to end up
anything
going out of
obvious.
bounds. No. I didn't see any movement on Hillers whatsoever, but I don't know if he sneezed.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Just these penalties have just been drive killers.
Yeah.
Drive killers.
Yeah, it's been
Story of the night.
– it has been lately, that's for sure.
Especially on
this half
our
for sure.
side. Yeah. Yeah, agreed. So I don't know, folks. You let me know at home if I'm seeing things or if you saw Hillers move on that play, if you can back it up. But boy, oh boy, I didn't. Jerry, I'm telling you, I didn't see any movement on that. I didn't see any reason for the official to throw that flag. And I'm a homie, I get it. You know, I'm a hometown guy. But, boy. All right, so here comes the handoff, and that's going to be Wagner right up the middle. And he's going to be taken down by Connor Ellenson. Gain of probably about 4 on that one. Yep.
Yep, 2nd down and 6. And about the 45-yard line.
Boy, it just takes the wind out of your sails too as an offensive, unit. To have something like that happen, and you got a great run. And again, that's a bunch of yardage wiped out by a penalty.
Yeah.
And that one, man, I'm gonna have to, later tonight go home. I'll take a look at things and whatever. I usually try to watch the tape again and see what I see. But by that time, it's it's too late. It's gonna be Wagner again, working it to the outside. We got some pursuit. There we go. That was Tyler Brown.
Connor
Ellenson. Tyler Brown followed him all the way out. Man, that kid went east to west fast.
That's awesome.
He's a big kid, and he went fast. So 3rd and 5. So I guess they're giving him a yard.
And again, I don't want to gripe either because it doesn't get me anything. But
right.
the big thing is not even so much the number of penalties, but the number of yards that they've cost us.
Exactly.
Just a phenomenal. I mean, big gains have been called back. Prarie de Chien's score came from what would have been 4th and goal from the 12.
Yep.
Instead, it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Right.
Because of a rough in the passer. And again, that's on us as much as it is anything. So
right.
You just it's been one of those nights.
It certainly has. 3rd and 5 from the 46. Prarie's got a guy in motion in Amundsen. Now he's going to come over to the other side and get set. Here comes a snap. Get in there. And that's an incomplete pass. We needed that. That's 4th and 5.
I was just going to say, with everything that's happened, it's still a 7-0 ball game.
Yeah.
7.5 minutes to go. We just got a nice stop on defense. We're going to get her back, I think, right here. And
got to do something with it.
Yeah, we do. We just haven't put her together yet.
No.
Maybe now is when we're going to do it. So we could really use a good return here.
Yeah.
This kid can punt, though.
Yeah, he can. And Connor's finding that out, and he's doing some smart stuff.
Yeah, he has.
He
really has.
Jerry, I got to tell you, if I had a chair to sit on, I'd be on the edge of the seat right now. Oh, this is a horrible punt.
I must have jinked him.
Just horrible, and it's gonna keep rolling back. Oh my! I think the net gain on that might have been a yard.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. It was on the 46. I got to find out where they're gonna place that thing.
Sometimes
oh my goodness.
Sometimes you need a break.
You need a break.
We just got one.
Yeah, we did. Let's see where they place that thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, if we no gain. There was no yardage on that punt whatsoever. It was on the 46. We're starting 1st 10 from the 46.
Wow.
Boy, oh boy, if there's ever a time we can turn that into something positive, now's got to be the time.
Here, you got to capitalize on
Have
this.
to.
7.5 to go.
Yep. Stands and the fans in the stands, they're trying to
put a nice drive together right here.
This is where it's got to happen. Ellinson's in the shotgun. Davis to his left. Hiller's behind him. 2 receivers at the top, 1 receiver to the bottom. Ellinson's going to go to the air. And I can't see what's going on.
Look like a quarterback keeper.
And he just got swarmed in.
Maybe a design draw even. It might have been a pass play that just broke down, but
yeah,
he definitely took off and tried to make
yardage.
something out of it and didn't come out of it too good this time. Looks like he lost about 3.
Yep, 3 or 4 on that one. Yep. 2nd and 13 from the 49. Boy, oh boy, not going backwards. You got to go forwards, boys. Under 7 on the clock. 2nd and 13 from the 49. Ellenson in the shotgun. Davis to his left. Hiller's behind him. Another pass. He's going to swing out here to Hillers. He's got a seam. Here he goes. This is the big play we were looking for. Come on, baby, stay upright. There we go. We have needed that all night long.
Yep.
Boy, we've been looking for that play. Bryce Hillers on the reception from Connor Ellenson.
We've struggled getting him into open space.
Yeah.
So when he gets there, you just saw what he can do.
That's a 24-yard gain. 24 yards, and boy, did we ever need that. 1st and 10 from the 25. That's got to get things rolling here a little bit. Hornets are all going to get up to the line of scrimmage here, and let's keep this ball rolling. Let's go offense. Come on. Ellenson's going to be back under center. Watch this going to, oh, man, bad snap. Oh, my dear goodness.
This don't look good.
I don't like it at all. Nope, we lost it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I want to throw it. Boy, oh boy. First 42 minutes of this game, I'm thinking mistakes. That might be our term for tonight. God darn it. All right, defense got to step it up here. We got to get a takeaway. It's got to happen. Run up the middle. Guessing that's probably Wagner. The thing that we got to stay away from right now, though, Jerry, is those stupid penalties.
Yep.
You know, that retaliation kind of stuff. We cannot have that happen right now.
Yep. That is for sure.
Because that would just, I mean, if we get some sort of personal foul or unsportsmanlike, that is just going to be a nail in a coffin. All right, 5:45 left on the clock in the fourth. 2nd and 10 from the 21. So no gain on that. Cheka is going to go in the shotgun. Here comes the snap. He's going to roll out to his right. Passing it. Oh, we got a flag on the field. The thing I'm hoping for is holding. Let's hope it is. See if we can catch a break on this one. Yep, holding on Prarie to Chien. So that'll back them up 10 yards from the spot. So they should be, let's see, on the 21. So the 11, maybe like the, they're going to maybe decline it?
If not, it's going to be from the spot, obviously.
And no, they're going to accept it. So, yep, they're going to bring it back from the spot. So you're looking inside probably the 10. Oh, no, they're going to put it, so it must have happened right at the line of scrimmage. If they're saying it's going to be at the 11. Boy, fortunate for them, huh? So, nope, it was, they're going to put them right at the 10. So it must have happened at the 20. 2nd and 21. 5:15 and counting. This would be a great place to get a pick six. What do you say, Jerry? I'd be okay with that. It's going to be a handoff, and it's going to go absolutely nowhere. Nowhere. That was Colton Stibbe. And I think maybe Wes Bosworth in on that one. And Nate Fogo. So now that brings up 3rd and maybe about 22, 23. He had to have lost at least a couple yards in that. And Prarie is taking their sweet old time getting this play going, just milking that clock.
Yeah, field position's not in their favor right now.
No, it's definitely not. They might even let this thing run all the way down.
I mean,
3rd and 27.
If you're them, you got a 7-0 lead.
Right.
You definitely don't want to do something stupid
Nope.
here.
Nope. So you might even look
to
for them to do the run again.
Ball's on the 4.
It's on the 4.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what happens here. Oh, here comes a flag. Illegal procedure.
That'll be half the distance to the goal.
Yep. So that'll delay a game. So that'll put them on the 2. 3rd and 29 from the 2. 4:18 left on the clock. And Jerry, maybe they're doing that on purpose, just to kind of get that clock wound down a little bit further. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure that, who knows?
They're trying to milk as much time off that clock as possible, I would imagine.
I don't know that they'd want to get any closer to that goal line, though, either.
Yeah.
You're playing with fire right here.
Yeah, you are. We're going to make a few yards on this one.
Give the kicker a little room.
Yep.
Timeout, Richland Center.
And that's their 2nd timeout. All right, so just under 4 minutes left on the clock, Jerry. We're going to probably get some decent field position.
Yep.
Their kicker, who's that again? Oh, that was Wagner. Wagner's their kicker. We found out that, yeah, he's got a heck of a boot for him. So, he's going to have, from their field position on the 5, going to have his heels on the there's our student section. He's going to have his heels on the end zone line, on the out of bounds line, and he's got to hope that he gets that puppy away. And maybe if we can get a little rush on him, get a little pressure on him, maybe that 0-yard gain kick again. I'd be okay with that one.
You wonder too, is Coach Clerkin going to have maybe a punt block on here? I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, what kind of chances do you take? That's a gutsy chance, but you don't want to get rough in the kicker here.
Right. Yeah, because that'll be.
But boy, I'll tell you what, you block one here and it becomes a different ball game.
Yeah, it certainly does.
It could be 2, it could be 7.
Yeah.
And if it's 2, you get the ball also. And so,
right.
But you're playing with fire if you do that a little bit where you can play field position here. We're only down 1 score.
Right. This is actually, Chechka is going to kick it. He's going to boot it away, and he's not going to get much on
fair
this.
Fair catch.
Oh, he's going to let it go. But it kind of bounced a little bit more laterally. Yeah, now it's taking a nice bounce. And they're going to wait and let that thing die down at about the 40.
Catch the ball.
Yep.
That's a big thing for me. That's just me.
That puts him on the 48, but you know what, Jerry? We're on the other side of the 50.
Yeah, we're in good shape.
We got 3:42 to work with. We got 1 timeout. We've shown what we can do at times on offense. Now we just got to string all this together and not have any stupid penalties.
Yeah, we're in good shape.
All right, so 3:42 on the clock. Corner's going to come up to the line. Ellenson's going to be in the shotgun. Looks like Davis to his left. Hillers is behind him. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. He's going to go that way. He's going to keep it. He's going to keep it. Nice run.
Yep.
It's a good run. He took a heck of a hit on that.
And again, he like Bryce, get him in open space, and good things happen. You know, I mean, if we can get him in open space or Bryce, either one, you know, we can get to the house quickly here. We're going to have to do it quickly because there's only 3 minutes to go.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. All right, so Clarkson to the bottom of your screen. I think that's Bosworth and Fogo to the top. Davis is off to the left. Hillers is. Oh, now what do we got? God. Somebody moved. Again, we just kind of keep talking about these drive killers. That 5-yard penalty has just been, man, it's been in our craw all night tonight. So we had a 2nd and 1. Now we're at 2nd and 6 from the 43. Lewis brings in the play. All right, boys, clean this up. Let's get some movement going here. Come on. All right, Ellenson's going to go back under center. Davis and Hillers behind him. Oh, my
snap.
goodness.
Fumbled snap.
Oh, my word.
Wow.
Jerry, if I had hair, I'd be pulling it out right now. Man.
I don't have enough left. I can pull mine out either.
I might have to pull yours for me.
All 2 of them. Yeah, it's been frustrating.
It has been frustrating. You know the only
I'm sure
positive on that, Jerry? We gained a yard. 3rd and 5 from the 42. Shotgun formation here for Ellenson. Davis to his right, Hillers behind him. Looking for the pass. He's going down the middle of the field. Here we go.
Oh, nice catch.
I believe that was.
Is that Fogel?
That was Sam Bosworth across the middle.
Sam Bosworth, nice catch.
That was great. That gets us a first down. 2:21 on the clock. There's the movement we're looking for.
Yep. Connor delivered a nice ball.
Right there to his hands.
Sam ate it up. Good job.
Yep. Sucked that ball right in.
Big time.
Nice job. Boy, did we need that.
Yeah, we did.
All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 from the 26. We got to get this thing done. Ball control. Smart play. Here we go. Ellenson under center. And it's going to be a pitch to the outside to Hillers. Here he goes. Get in there. Get in there, baby. Come on. And he's going to be down to the 3-yard line.
Wow, what a
Holy
run.
cow. I probably sound like the guy up in the Blackhawk booth right now. Sorry about that at home, folks.
Holy cow.
Holy smokes. All right, here we go, baby.
1st and goal from the 4.
1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Here we go.
1 minute and 48 seconds counting.
And it looks like Prarie is going to take a timeout.
Prarie.
Boy. Woo. Wow. Jerry. Man, oh, man. Any given Friday night, buddy. I got to okay, so we were talking about predictions at halftime. We said whoever was going to make that first big play. Prairie's made the first big play, but I got to tell you what. It might be who makes the gutsier play. Because I got a feeling, this is just me, if we make a score, you got to think that coach is going to want to go for 2.
Sure. Now, some key things to think about here. 1:48, 1 timeout. So, you look at you got 4 chances to punch it in here. However, you almost want to come out of this timeout, maybe call 2 plays.
Right.
Honestly, you don't have enough time to be messing around too much with, rehuddling and
bringing this in and bringing that in, and with only 1 timeout, you got 1 in the pocket.
Yeah, we could punch it in on the first play, but you got to think like you're not going to, maybe, and have a plan in place.
Yep.
Because there's just not a lot of time left.
No, there's not.
And we're down to 1 timeout.
Right.
So, and you still got to have all the important things: the snap, the exchange, the handoff, whatever.
Fundamentals.
Just
that fundamental football
and
stuff.
do not get a penalty.
Right. All right, Ellenson under center. It's going to go to Davis, and he's going to gain. Still going. Now they'll blow the whistle. I think he got about 1 or 2 there. Oh man, he's about on the half-yard line right now. If I'm looking at the sideline cam, they're right back up. They're right back up to
Here's
it.
that second play.
That's what we're talking about. Here we go. Here we go.
Fumbled
man.
snap. Fumbled snap.
Oh my
that
goodness.
Has been
that's our Achilles heel tonight.
It has been.
Okay, hang on. Timeout, Richland Center. 1:21 left. Oh. Jerry.
Those hurt. I mean, they do. But we're still in good shape.
We are.
Third and goal here at the 1.
Yeah.
But that's going to be the key.
It has to be.
Getting that snap in his hands and I think it looked like to me maybe we're going to go quarterback sneak right there.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. That was what I was looking at. And, from that position, it's a smart play as long as that snap.
And those two individuals that are involved in that play, that's where the play broke down. But you think about it, Trent, he's trying to get a block made. If you're going to run a sneak, Trent's block is huge.
Yeah.
And Connor's trying to make a play.
Right.
So, but the exchange has got to be there first.
It's got to be there.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's just, you can say all you want. You talk to your center and your QB and just say, hey, it's just like practice,
It
we do
is.
this all the time. And they know that.
Yeah.
But you're seeing what's happening here tonight, and it's just, this is a big game. There's a lot of nerves still, in this fourth quarter, especially in this spot right now. 121, 3rd and goal from about the, maybe the 28-inch line. It's tight. And this is going to be 4 down. You know it's going to be.
Yeah,
it
is.
It has to be.
It most definitely is. And here again, you got no timeouts left, so really got to
make it happen. All right, so here we go. Ellenson ducks under center. And
you have got to be kidding me. Here's the penalty.
they're calling false start on us. Not sure who it's on. Don't know who it's on.
That's a dagger right there. You can't get a penalty here. I don't know what happened.
Boy, I don't know. Maybe right guard moved a little soon, but I don't know. All right, third and goal from the 6. Yeah, it hurts.
Come on, let's go. Get something here.
Just got to clean this stuff up.
We still got 2 downs. 2 downs to punch this in, and we cannot go backwards anymore.
Nope, can't do it. Ellenson under center. Here's the handoff. It's going to go to Hillers. Here he goes! Getting into the end zone!
There it is.
Out of way, big fella! Woo!
Once we took care of those fundamental things, we punched it in.
That's it. Hillers is jacked right now. He is jacked right now. There we go. Oh, we're going to go for the – wow.
Yep.
We're going to go for the tie.
Yeah,
Nope.
I think that's a good decision.
Oh, here, look at here. A little bit of Lancaster trickery here.
Little Daffy Duck look here.
Yep. Oh, no, wait a minute. Okay, now they're bringing it back in.
Yeah, this is classic Johnny Holt.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Just make the kick. That's the key.
Up and good. 7-7 game.
There we go.
Just like halftime, Jerry. It was 0-0 then.
Yep.
We got a tie game now.
And like I said, it might come down to the leg of the guy you just saw.
You might be right.
If this goes OT, which it looks like it could.
Buck 16.
Because you start from the 25.
Yeah.
And
Jerry, the last time we had the kickoff was at the beginning of the half. And if you remember, Prarie had all 3 of their guys lined up in the 10-yard line. Hillers kicked it right into that gap. Kicked it into a little bit shorter and had this funny bounce. And Wagner had to kind of go back to it to get it. Had a weird roll. Gave them kind of poor field position based off of that.
Yep.
And we were able to kind of work on that. Keep that to our advantage. Let's see what happens on this one. Maybe a squib kick, maybe an onside. You never know.
Yeah, you just don't know.
The playbook starts to open up a little bit now with a 7-7 game.
It does. Minute 16 on the clock. Yeah, it's you don't want to give them any breathing room here. I mean, you want to pin them down, and because if you do that, they're likely to play for overtime.
Yeah.
If you let them have good field position, then things get really interesting.
It certainly does.
They can spread you out.
Yeah.
They've got good receivers. They got a kid that can throw the ball.
And
this is a big play right here.
Yeah, it is.
Right here. This is big.
And the name that we haven't called on a reception yet tonight is Amundsen. We haven't set his name on a reception yet.
Not a whole lot.
So let's see what happens on this kick. Hillers sets up for it. All right, here comes the approach. Kicks it away.
You're right with the squib.
Yep, a low squibber, and it's going to be picked up. And here comes our
easy.
Bryson Clarkson.
Well,
Wow.
he got to that sideline. He wanted to go out of bounds. And
So they're going to start out at about maybe the 30, maybe the 32, I think. Oh,
Yeah,
no, maybe it's a little bit further than 34. Oh, my goodness.
Well, we know where it is up north. Wow.
I know, buddy. I know. I think he's doing one of these. We'll sanitize that later. Sorry, Matt. All right, here we go. Buck 11. Play comes in from Prarie.
Minute 11 to go. 7-7. What a game. What a game.
Got to have a stiff defense here. Can hear the hometown or our
Hand
crowd.
off to
That's going to be
Koenig.
Koenig, and he's going to get brought down. Bryson Clarkson on that tackle.
Bryson Clarkson. What a nice tackle. Minute to go.
They're getting right back up on the
Purdy's
line.
back up on the line.
Defense gets set again. Shotgun snap for
Pass play.
Jacob. And it's going to be completed.
This is Malott. Trent Malott on the reception. 1st and 10 Prarie.
That'll stop the clock
Clock
momentarily.
is still moving. They're going to move the chains.
As soon as those chains get set, I believe the clock will start running. There he goes. All right,
Prarie-
1st and 10 from the 46.
Prarie does have a timeout left.
Yes, they do. Oh, bad snap. Get on him. Get on him. Incomplete pass.
Incomplete.
Incomplete pass. And a flag on the play. It's got to be holding on Prarie. It's got to be.
I'm thinking maybe roughing the passer maybe again.
Oh, my goodness.
It is. That's his favorite call. Roughing the passer. He's
Can
only
we back that up?
made it 3 plays tonight. Three times. I don't know. I'd have to see it again.
I'm working on it, Jerry.
I don't think the sideline
I'm working
over
on
there
it,
is very
buddy.
happy with it.
I'm working on it.
That's a big penalty.
It's a huge penalty.
That's a personal foul, 15 yards, automatic first down.
Yep.
I don't know. It could have been. I didn't see it. I was
either.
watching down the field.
All right, what do we got going on here now? Well, there's one that finally went our way.
Illegal procedure on the wide receiver on this side.
Jerry, I'm trying to go back to see if I can see that play, but good grief.
Yeah, those hurt. 34 seconds to go.
34 seconds.
Because now they got the ball at the 35-yard line, and he's just going to throw it into the end zone.
Sure he is.
1st and 10. 1st and 15, I'm sorry.
Yep.
1st and 15.
Ball sitting on the 36 right now. Hornets looking to do some blitz. Now they back off. Here comes somebody up the gap.
Another flag.
And it's picked off! Sam Bowser for the pick!
Another flag.
Oh, boy. Jerry, keep an eye on those, would you?
Yep, there's 2 flags on the field. One is holding on the offense, and I believe the other one's going to be on the return. So we got holding on the offense. These could offset if something's on the return on the Hornets. I don't know that it's going to matter. I think it's.
Oh, boy. So, Jerry, I just saw the roughing the passer penalty. I think of both on Prarie. Hold on. Holding on the offense. That's been declined. So, Hornets ball. So, Jerry, I was just telling you that I just saw that roughing the passer call that they made. Now, you tell me. Look at Aaron Davis in the motion. He was in motion to going after him. Yeah.
I don't know what. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. My, oh my. Shane Miller. Hey, thanks, Shane Miller. Update from elsewhere in the SWC. Broadhead, Judah, 43. Platteville, 0. Wow, they're a powerhouse. Next week, we found out Broadhead, Judah, and Valley.
At River Valley.
At Valley.
Homecoming. Valley's homecoming.
Valley's homecoming.
So we have timeout on the field. Probably Prarie to Chien. I think they were the only ones that had one left.
Yep.
Yep, they just burned it. 22 seconds to go. 7-7, Hornet ball. You're probably looking at OT, I'm guessing, unless we want to pull something out of our sleeve here. Maybe you never know.
Hook and ladder. All right, so just kind of going through the live stream here. Let's see. Amelia Johns, good job, cheerleaders. Hornet football is saying, true, Eric. Let's make something happen here. Connor on behind. Come on, boys. Need to stop. Victoria Ritten, Hornet crowd needs to fire up. The guys always respond. You can hear them right now. Sharon Pansky, let's go, boys. You got this.
Got the student section going here.
You bet.
Looks like some volleyball players. All excited. They got speaking of volleyball, big week they had, huh?
Oh, my goodness.
They pulled out a tough one against these very Prarie Sheen Blackhawks on Tuesday night at home, and then went to Dodgeville last night and swept it 3 straight.
Yeah.
So they're currently on top of the league, 4-0.
Yes, they are. Yes, they
That's
are.
a good place to be.
Ellenson in the shotgun. Here comes the snap. He's going to roll out to his left. It's going to be pass out to Nate Fogle. Get out of bounds, Nate. Atta boy. 16 seconds left on the clock. Smart play, smart pitch and catch out there. Ellenson rolled off to his left, looking for Fogo coming across the field. Hooks up with Nate. Nate gets the catch, gets himself out of bounds, stops the clock. 6 seconds came off of that. 1st and 10 from the 22. Wow, Jerry.
I know it.
Ellenson back again. He's going to roll out left, get a little protection across the middle again. Hey, guess who? Guess who? Nate Fogle. Nate Fogle, same play, coming across again. Out of bounds, 5 seconds off the clock that time.
Yeah,
now, Jerry, I got a feeling, let's see if you see that play faked again and then go down the field. Let's see what happens here.
Could be. 11 seconds.
I mean, they could do it twice. I got the old blood pumping now, buddy.
We're probably going to we got to watch this back judge here.
Yep.
We're taking a long time to get this play
Yes,
called.
we are. Hasn't started counting yet.
Watch the back judge.
Got my eyes on him, buddy.
In a game that's been filled with penalties.
Yes, it has. Okay, there goes the hand. Let's get the snap off. Come on, Ellenson, go. Get it off. There we go. Looking, rolling, being pursued. Just get out of bounds, kid. 4 seconds left on the clock. I don't know if he got much on that or not. It looks like he maybe got a couple, 4 or 5 on that.
Yeah, and Prarie Sheen's kind of in that, what we saw right at the end of the first half,
prevent.
that little prevent defense where they've got their defensive backs really, really loose. I mean, they're just
way
sitting,
back there.
And that's what you do. I mean, you don't let things get behind you. You
Right.
keep it in front. You know, what's going to happen on a play with 4 seconds to go? You have to keep the ball in front.
Yep.
And even the hook and ladder shouldn't work, even if you do your job.
If you do your job.
But
so let's hope they don't.
But it would still be fun. It'd still be fun to see.
Absolutely, it would. I'll take it. All right, 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Ellenson in the shotgun. Here comes the snap. Ooh, kind of a bobble thing here. He's going to take it himself. Up the middle. He's just going to get caught.
Yep.
All right.
And there is
that's your
regulation. 7-7 at the end of regulation. So now we'll go to overtime and the all-important coin toss.
Yeah.
And again, it is really important because if you win the coin toss, you want to go on defense first.
Yeah, because you know what's in front of you.
Then you know what's in front of you.
Absolutely.
And again, that's really big. You know, if you stuff them and you got the best kicker in the Midwest, or one of them for sure.
Yes, definitely.
It's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You start at the 25. You don't have to get him a whole lot of yards to put him in contention for a field goal. So.
No, absolutely not. And again, it kind of comes back to that chess game that we were talking about before. You know, how does this work out? What's your position? And again, like you said with the coin toss, you got to kind of figure out, all right, if we're on offense, your first thing is this thing, we got to score. I mean, it has to be a score. And then you put them on their heels.
Yep.
And if you flip it around, like you said, if you're on defense first, it allows you to see what's in front of you.
It does.
You know, it sets your bar for you. So,
yep.
Nice series of plays that we had there, though, with those connections between Ellenson and Fogo. Give me just 1 second, Jerry.
All right.
Just want to give those boys a little encouragement. I haven't got to yell and I shouldn't say I haven't gotten to yell the whole game, but I've been yelling into this microphone.
Kind of like the guy up in the booth. No,
yeah, no. I haven't swallowed a microphone yet.
Nobody's yelling like that guy.
That guy is, man, oh man, I don't know if he's perfected or just overusing it. I haven't quite figured that out yet. Oh, man. We needed a little of this, though.
Yeah.
You know, it's again kind of getting that momentum going. And you saw what happened on that last drive, Jerry. We had what 22 seconds left, something like that, for us to start that drive. 3 completed passes.
Yep.
I mean, it was looking good. We had some momentum rolling.
Yeah, and you hope that carries into the overtime. You know,
Right.
Whether you start on offense or defense or whatever happens here, you hope we did kind of end with the momentum. We scored late.
Yep.
Stuffed them.
Yep.
You know, and then got the ball back and made some positive yards there. So we
Yeah.
do have a little mole going our way right now.
Right.
And again, we have a little experience with this overtime stuff. We played Lancaster last year at Lancaster, first game of the year.
Yep.
Similar climate.
Yes.
It really was. And we went OT with them, and again, we know a little bit about what it feels like.
Right.
Each team gets the ball at the 25-yard line.
Yep.
With a chance to score.
Right.
And again, the team that wins the toss usually goes on defense first.
Right.
And that's a huge advantage because then you know what's in front of you. So we'll see what happens here with the coin toss, and hopefully that's what we do. There's the coin. I just saw it flip up in the air. Looks like they're talking to Prarie. That's not a good sign.
Well, it looks like now they pointed.
You know, you get to pick the end of the field, which doesn't mean really a whole lot here. In college it does, because
And
you might want to do it by your
Prarie's going to be on
student
offense first, it looks like.
section. Are they?
That's kind of what I thought I saw. All right, well, it looks like our defense coming on the field. Am I doing that? No, that looks like our offense coming on the field.
When they went
Yeah.
right to Prarie to talk after
they
the
did.
flip. So
They did.
It'll be Prarie on defense on that end of the field. That's
No, I think we're on defense.
Are we?
I think we're on defense. Because I didn't see, well, unless, no, I could be wrong on that. I could be, hang on, let me look here.
I see our
I think you're
O-line
right,
out.
Jerry.
I see our
I
O-line
think you're
out
right.
there. And it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just if you had a preference, you want to
Right.
go on D. But
Yeah.
so I mean, you punch this in, and you go up 14-7. Then you know what's in front of you too.
Exactly.
Your D's just got to get a stop.
You bet. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 from the 25. I-back formation. You got Davis in front of Hillers. Ellenson under center. He's going to give it to Hillers. Hillers is going to go around the outside, looking for that seam, cutting back in.
Nice
Boy,
pickup.
that's a nice gain.
a nice pickup.
Gain of about 15, it looks like.
I was just going to say he's down to about the 10.
Pretty darn close to the 10-yard line. That's got to be a first down.
And again, same thing we talked about before when it was 7-0 when we were down in this end of the field. Stay away from the bad snaps,
Right.
penalties. Penalties hurt you down here.
Yep.
But also keep in mind, in the event that we would be in a bad situation, we do kick the field goal.
Right, right.
You,
Yeah.
you do want to come away with points.
You bet. Yeah, it doesn't have to be four-down territory all the time.
I'll take 7 here over anything. But
Right, but if you need to get 3, you get 3. So
Yep.
1st and 10 from the
First and
13.
10, that was a great first
That
down
was a
pickup.
great run. 12 yards on that pickup. Ellenson back under center. I-back formation again. This is going to go to Hillers again. He's going the other side.
Looks like he's going to get
He's going to get in. And that's a touchdown,
Touchdown.
baby. Woo!
Yes. Touchdown, Bryce Hillers. 2 runs from the 25-yard line out.
I tell you what, Jerry, he's been going left almost all night tonight. He made it happen on that one with that 12-yard gain. This time goes to the right side. He did not, I don't know if you saw that, but that defender had a hold of him. But Bryce was not going to go down. He was not going down.
Yep, and I'll tell you what, you put this extra point through, and then you hang it on the hats of the people we do all the time.
Absolutely,
Our
we do.
defense. Come on, Bryce, put this through.
All right, here we go, buddy. Here's a snap. Kick, it's up. Oh!
Off
he
the cross,
doinked
up
it.
the upright.
He was, oh boy.
Off the upright.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh
That
boy.
opens up a lot of doors.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
So anyway, it's water under the bridge. You got to get a stop. You just got to get a stop.
Yeah.
You get a stop, and it's
And
over.
it's game over, yep.
That kick means nothing if you stop them. So let's
Right.
go.
Woo! Oh, all right, Jerry.
Huge.
Okay, so Phil Nee told us that the last time Richland Center has won at Prarie was in 2005. Boy, you'd like to see us come out with one tonight. Here comes a pass. He's swing it down the field, and it's a catch. Oh, wait a minute. They're calling What's going on here? Before he even got tackled, he went to the ground. I'm not sure. Was that a dead play?
And 1, 2,
I'm not sure what's going on here yet. Oh,
5,
officials coming out.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
I'm not exactly sure what's happened here quite yet, Jerry. We're not.
I have no idea what's going on, but they're bringing this back for some reason.
Yeah. So let's see what the call is.
Almost looks
were they
like
just not set, maybe?
Almost
or?
looks like no play.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like, was it?
Is
were
the ball back
officials-
at the? Is the ball back at the 25?
Yeah, it's at the 25.
So it was like they ran it and nobody was ready or something.
I'm wondering if the officials weren't in their spots, maybe? I don't know.
That could be.
Well, let's hope they don't complete that pass again. Here comes the handoff. Koenig. And he's going to get some. Oh, he's not down yet.
Yeah, we're arm tackling.
Yeah, we are.
I thought we had him wrapped
Wow,
up.
Koenig had a really nice run there.
Kind of slipped through our arms there a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, that's
Let's
that
go.
sure tackling that we've been talking about. You got to have that.
And we've been good. I mean, the
Yeah, we
whole
have.
game we've really done a nice job of taking down the ball carrier and getting people to the football.
Right.
We got to have it here. Come on, guys. Second and one at the
from
16.
16, you bet. All right, so here we go. Hornets trying to stiffen up their defense. I-back formation for Prarie de Chien. It's going to be a pass. Looking outside in the corner. Overshot. Oh, it's picked
Intercepted.
Up. It's
Intercepted.
intercepted. It's intercepted.
There's your ball game right
That's
there.
it, baby.
Is that Nate Fogel?
Oh, my goodness.
Is it Nate Fogel or is it?
I can't even see who it was, but do
Might have
you
been
believe
Alec.
in miracles? Woo!
Wow.
Oh, baby.
It might have been Alec McDonald.
When's the last time that you've seen Gary Schwartz run onto the field?
He's moving.
And there he goes, baby. Oh,
Wow.
my goodness.
There it is. 13-7, your final.
Woo! And I think you're right. I think it was Alec McDonald
Alec
on that
McDonald, I
pick.
think, was in that corner.
Oh, my. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at the wave.
Yep.
There's the wave. Now, here's one thing I'm going to tell you. If you folks are watching at home, if you folks are watching this game at home, I'm going to tell you right now, stick around for a while.
Wow.
A couple things are probably going to happen. Number one, we should probably be getting a couple of Hornets over here to talk to them after the game.
Holy cow.
The other thing that's going to happen is this. You're not going to see those white jerseys get out the field for a very long time. They are going to take their time getting off this field. Let me tell you what.
Like you said, it's been since 2005
Yeah.
that we've won here, so
Oh, my
that's a while.
goodness.
And it wasn't easy.
Oh, you're darn right it
It
wasn't.
wasn't easy.
My goodness. Holy smoke. Jerry. Wow. Wow. I got to tell you, dude, we said that the fourth quarter was ours.
Yeah.
We made the fourth quarter happen, and evidently it looks like OT is ours, too.
OT is an extension of the fourth quarter.
Oh.
We got it.
Because I tell you what was happening prior to all of this. I was getting heart palpitations, buddy. This was crazy.
Yeah.
It was just, man. I don't know. Tell you what, folks at home, you saw a great one tonight. You saw it was a slow starter.
Yep.
We just
Yep.
couldn't get chugging. But I tell you what, this is what counts at the end.
And-
Yeah, look at that shot down here. There we
Yep.
go. Look at that.
That's sweet, huh?
We love to see that, baby. Loving to see that. Woo!
Yeah, and you know what? We overcame a lot of things. And
Oh
it's just-
man, did we ever?
just couldn't. It just didn't seem like it was going to be our night at times.
We think it's Alec McDonald on the INT.
I think
Yeah, some
so.
folks are asking us. We think it's Alec McDonald. So, oh my, oh my, oh my. What's that phrase? I have seen enough to know that I have seen too much. Oh man.
Wow.
Woo. Oh. Gotta catch my breath, Jerry.
I know it. I'm still in shock. I really am. I just like, holy
I know.
cow.
Where'd that come from? Oh my goodness. Woo. That's it.
Oh my gosh.
That's what we said too. Same thing. Wow, Wowee. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Just like practice. Just like practice. Whoa. Wow.
Oh,
Woo.
wow.
Yikes.
Good job to you two, Jamie. Yes, Chien.
Yeah.
Join the squad. Yeah, Jamie. Oh my God.
All right, we're going to see if we can get a couple of Hornet players over here, interview them. Like we said, like I told you a little bit earlier tonight, folks, we got a feeling that camera view that you're seeing right now of all those players down there on the field, I got a good feeling that you're going to see that for a little while yet. Like we said, I don't think these Hornets are going to get off this field. See Coach Harris talking to them right now. The greatest thing the greatest thing that I'm loving to see right now as you look at that camera view right now, and there's Coach Billy Jones in there. Look at all the smiles on those boys' faces.
Yeah, this one was earned big time.
Yeah, it was. Here comes Coach Ryder giving some words.
Across the board. You know,
Yeah, it was.
Didn't give up, didn't hang their heads.
Nope.
Ever. I mean, just kept fighting, and look what happened in the last minute of the game. And
Pretty much.
and into overtime.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
And I'm telling you, there were plenty of times. I'm just kind of looking from my perspective here right now. There was plenty of times where they definitely could have hung their head.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
the mistakes that we just talked about tonight, they just kept accumulating and kept coming, and we just kept shooting ourselves in the foot. I tell you what, Jerry, if we play this as a mistake-free game or much less mistakes that we make, I don't think you see an overtime game tonight.
No,
you know.
no.
So because a lot of those mistakes just cost us some big yards.
Just the yards that we lost from the mistakes we made.
Tremendous.
Were phenomenal.
Tremendous.
Yeah, and when you sit back and look at that, it always seemed like it happened on a big play.
Right.
You know, the big run by Connor Ellenson
Yep.
and
The roughing the passer call.
the passer that led to their only touchdown.
Right.
I was hurt.
Yeah.
And it was say it before, and it was like, man.
Yeah, and then there was another fourth down play where they tried to was that the INT, where they said there was another roughing the passer call.
Yeah.
You know, I think you're right. I think that was his favorite call tonight.
I don't know if I've seen
That's
ever
three of them
them
tonight.
in one game.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I don't
Not
know.
in high school.
I don't know. Now you can see Coach Darling coming in and talking. Yeah, these boys. So stick around for a while, folks, because this is gonna go on for a little bit. I'm gonna tell you what.
We got a sidelines filled here with Richland Center fans.
Yeah.
Not one of them's left.
No, I don't think anybody's taken off yet. So I don't know if we got somebody to pan the crowd.
Everybody's just gonna stick around and enjoy this one for a long
I don't know if we
time.
can. Can we get him to? Can we get him to pan? Like, or does he have the field view? Sorry, we're just trying to see if we can get. See if we can show you the sideline right now because there's a ton of folks here just kind of waiting, standing up, waiting for these boys to get out the field. Congratulate the heck out of them. This was Jerry. So I can't remember if it was halftime. I had mentioned it or whatever, but I talked about those swings, right? And the jabs and the jabs and the jabs and the jabs, and then all of a sudden, Prarie comes out with that the first hook, and that was that TD. And we put ourselves in that spot. There's no doubt about that. Well, there may be a doubt about it, but anyway, we put ourselves in that spot, down 7-0. Held on, and we kept jabbing back, all those counter punches, and then all of a sudden Hillers brings it in for the TD. That's our haymaker, right?
Yeah.
And then we
big time.
get that TD in the end zone, or I'm sorry, at overtime. That's the knockout punch.
And if you look back on everything, Prarie Chien started the game, their first drive after we stalled on our first drive. Prarie Chien had a really nice drive, pretty much the length of the field.
Right.
It stalled inside the red zone.
Yep.
That was their first half drive.
Yeah.
Then they came out the second half and did the exact same thing. They did the exact same thing in the second half.
Yeah.
Started the half,
There's the
drove
crowd.
the length of the field, and basically, had we not roughed the passer,
Yeah.
that would have stalled also.
Absolutely.
But we gave them second life. They punched it in.
Yep.
But those were their two drives.
Yeah.
When you
Yep.
really think about it.
Absolutely.
They moved the ball a little here and there, but they really had two drives against us that
Yep.
really
Matriculated into something.
And one ended up in a score, one didn't. And other than that, it was pretty much played, in the middle. We had some drives here and there, but we had a big thing right there at the end of regulation.
Yeah, and it was just, if we ever needed something at that time, that was it. That's exactly what we needed. That was enough of a shot in the arm for us where we, like we said, we could have been hanging our head that whole entire time, and we just got that chin up enough, took some knocks.
A lot of big plays. One
man.
that I think of right now is that little pass play to Bryce Hillers.
Oh,
went
yes.
across the middle.
Yeah.
And the run after the catch.
Yes.
I mean, that was big.
Absolutely, it was. It was. That might. You might be right that might have been kind of the game changer play. And then of course how it ends up with that interception. And we think we can't tell right yet, but we think it was Alec McDonald on that pick.
Yeah, we're so far away from that.
Yeah,
we're trying to look at the screen and the replay. And,
I didn't have my bifocals on, Jerry.
I saw Nate Fogel was down in there too.
Yeah, I thought so too.
It could have been him.
I'm not sure,
but I do think it was Alec McDonald. If I had to guess.
The other reason I think it might have been Alec McDonald is as those boys were coming off the field after they had that huge pile over there after the interception, I saw some kids kind of grabbing him and shaking him and slapping him on the helmet and stuff, and so I'm thinking maybe he did come up with that. But that was your dagger.
Yeah, it was.
There's your dagger.
Just got a text from my son. He said he watched it down at he lives in Cedarburg and
okay.
He's a former Hornet player. He said watched it from halftime on, big win. Go Hornets.
Big time.
So yeah.
Big time win. Oh my.
Yep. And
wow.
we had some dandies against them when he was in high school. Last time we beat him was when he was a sophomore.
Yeah.
So
that kind of tells you how. Yeah.
We beat him at home, but
right.
but here.
Yep. All right, let's see what we got here.
And we've had some wars with them here.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Here we go.
There it is. Here comes these boys coming off the field. Boy, that's a great feeling.
Yeah. I'm sure we've got a couple interviews probably coming up here.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
Maybe even Coach Trox tonight.
Yeah, maybe we can get Troxel. That'd be all right. Get a coach in here.
If he can even speak right now.
I don't know if he can. I'm having a hard time myself.
I am too. I'm kind of at a loss for words, and that's hard for me.
Yeah. It kind of is for me too.
Yeah,
Jerry.
I'm not known to be quiet.
No, me either.
So it would be great if we can get Coach over here.
Yep.
Maybe a couple of the kids.
Yep. We'll see what we got. I know Matt did bring a microphone over, so I'm guessing we're gonna get at least one player. Hoping for a couple. Thanks, Coach. Coach Darling giving his appreciation to the crowd. Pretty awesome to see that. Holy cow. Man, oh man, I don't think the smiles come off my face.
No.
I don't think it's come off.
The other sideline is empty.
Oh, yeah, there's nobody here.
And this sideline is, nobody's left. I mean, not one person has left.
No. There he is, and it was him. That was the kid. Get him around here. Here we go.
Whoops.
Hold on, buddy. Yep, there you go. There you go. All right, hang it right here. Let's get him. Jerry, where you at? Get in here, buddy.
All right.
There. Well, what do you think? How's that feel?
Well, it's like nothing I've ever felt before. It was coming in my hands, and
just keep it up tighter here. There you go.
I saw it coming.
Yeah.
And I focused really hard on the ball, and I just did what I had to do.
Did what you had to do.
Tell you what, you put a stamp on this one. That was a huge play.
It was, we've been talking about, I don't know if you know this or not, but we haven't won down here since 2005.
Yeah.
And that was the dagger. That sealed the deal.
Yep.
So definitely our hats up. All of these folks out here.
Look, everybody's still
here, man.
Woo!
That was amazing. We were wondering, we couldn't figure out, there was this gigantic pile of white jerseys over there. We said, who picked the ball? If we couldn't tell, you came out with it. So nice job, dude.
Nice job.
Thank you very much.
Excellent
Great ball
job.
game. Congratulations on the win.
Nice job, buddy.
Congratulations on the win.
Alec McDonald, folks. Looks like we got Bryce Hillers coming in here, too.
All right.
Here we go.
I've done this before. This is weird.
Don't be shy, buddy. Don't be shy.
Just on Saturday.
Just
I'm
keep this.
nervous.
There
Oh,
you
it's
go.
right
That's
here?
where you need to be.
What do I look like?
Yeah, that's you right there.
So how's
bud.
this feel, man?
Oh God.
It wasn't
I got
looking good at
nervous.
times, was it? I mean, it's like, what the heck?
After last year, I got nervous.
Yeah?
Troxham's over. It was like 20 seconds off. He's like, 48 seconds, something like that. He goes over. We're gonna play for overtime. We all looked at him like, why? And Connor goes, we're gonna throw the ball. Obviously, we threw the ball.
Yeah.
Went to overtime anyway, but
Yep.
at that point, I got nervous.
But you know,
Obviously, it worked out.
Yeah.
It
we
worked
talked
out.
about right at the end of the regulation there, how that kind of gave us some momentum. Even though we didn't get much other than yardage, we kind of had some momentum going right into the overtime.
First thing he told us when we came off the field is we got the momentum now. We're going to go and score.
Exactly.
He said
Absolutely.
4 plays, we did it in 3.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I mean, I'm all right with doing it in 3 instead of 4. So are you, right?
Yeah.
I'm
2 carries, 25 yards, touchdown.
Buddy, I'm telling you what, it was. Jerry and I were talking about this a little bit before. Is you a lot of your runs tonight, we were kind of looking like you're coming off the left side. And you made that first run, 13 yards, at 12 or 13 yards at the first run, and then the second one you went to the right side. And I told Jerry, if you watched it again, that kid had a hold of your jersey, and I said he is not gonna go down.
No.
So you saw that pylon, and you said, I'm getting in.
Oh.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
They don't beat me to the corner.
No.
No. And another big play that was the pass to you across the middle.
Yeah.
That crossing pattern where you took it. Yeah, that was huge.
Awesome
Because
stuff.
that took us into the field position we needed.
Right. Well, how do you feel?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna take a
imagine
nap.
so.
Make that on the bus ride home. Just take a snooze. Enjoy
Boss
yourself.
owes us pizza.
Who does?
You owe us pizza.
Pizza.
You owe us pizza.
Uh-oh.
This
Does
sounds
owe
like
us
a
pizza.
this sounds like a story. We're
Uh-oh.
gonna bring in Coach. Hey, nice job tonight, buddy.
Nice job, Bryce.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Big win, man.
Here's the man of the hour.
Uh-oh.
What's up, fellas?
Hey,
Coach, how's it going?
Appreciate you guys. Listen, that's still up there. All right, 13-7. It's going great. It's going great in Prarie. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked that it's still up there.
Yeah, we would have thought that they would have taken that sucker
I mean,
down right away.
Yeah,
that's
it's-
cool
it's,
that
it's
it
still
is.
time to get a picture if you haven't got one already. All right.
Yeah, so if you're
Hey,
in the crowd right now and you need to get a picture of that scoreboard, you better do it before they turn it off.
I've said this twice already, but look at this sideline. Look at that sideline.
Yes.
Holy cow.
Yes.
Empty.
Feels
You know
like
what?
home.
It does, absolutely. And that's just a testament to our fan base here, whether they're online, all right, or they're here at the game. I
Yeah.
mean, they travel well. They're super supportive. I mean, I think tonight you can see that shift that happens with Hornet football, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the last time this happened on this field was 2005.
Yep. Yeah.
2005. And this feels so good to not only come back in overtime and get the win, but also come down here
And do
all
it.
right, and do it right there in front of an awesome
It was
crowd.
anything but easy. It wasn't easy.
Oh,
You don't
man.
come
That's the
down
truth.
here and get an easy one.
So I got
Nobody does.
What do you got left for fingernails? I mean, I was chewing most of my entire game. It was, but Jerry and I were talking about that, and it was kind of this. We had mentioned something about kind of just these jabs back and forth, as a boxer, jabs back and forth, and then Prarie comes out with the first right cross, right? They hit that touchdown.
Yep.
And it was set up by, and I know you'll probably talk about this in practice, set up by those flags. And, despite all of those things that were going on, because there were plenty of them, and whether they were right or wrong or whatever, we can discuss that later. We'll do the little bit of armchair quarterbacking on that. But that's a lot to get over top of, then come down and score, then get into overtime and win the game. It's a lot of pressure.
Well, I tell you what, that's just kind of a testament to our kids and their resolve. I mean, you've seen that before, and that's what we talked about in the pregame. You come out against the Dells with a lot of emotion, and it's hard to harness that emotion.
Yeah.
But you know what? You come out in a game like this, it's already emotionally charged going into it,
Yeah.
and then that stuff happens, and you have setbacks and hiccups and things like that. But our kids just stayed focused. They stayed with the game plan, and they were able to execute.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we see day in and day out in practice.
Yeah.
Kids
That's
that do
great.
their job and they execute very well, and it was so great to see that on 2 plays. All right, to put that thing in there.
Yeah.
I mean, when it literally comes down to the last play. I mean, the last play of all.
Right.
That's what makes it so sweet.
Yes.
I mean, it really does.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, when we rushed that field and made that pile, I think I need to do some more warm-up or burpees
more
or whatever
cardio?
with
Coach
the kids.
Schwartz.
Yes.
That's the fastest I've seen Coach Schwartz
Yeah,
run in
he
a long
bolted.
time.
He bolted out there.
Out of here.
I'm just hoping he's okay tomorrow morning when he wakes up. He's going to be okay. Everything, all the hips and everything work all right. He's a great dude.
I think all those old guys are going to chug some ibuprofen, and we're going to celebrate this one tomorrow morning. That's for
Absolutely.
sure.
I don't know if there'll be much sleep tonight.
No, absolutely not.
It's pretty charged up. So this is a huge one, obviously. Next week we'll come back home, and you're going to enjoy this one tonight. What do we look for next week? Who's our opponent next week?
We've got New Glarus Monticello,
Monticello.
and they're a spread team, and so they're going to throw the ball around.
Okay.
And so we're really going to have to shore up our defensive coverage, as we do that stuff. And then, we're going to go back to who we are. We're going to pound the rock.
Yep.
That's what works for us time and time again. So it'll definitely be a good fought battle with those guys. I think we've got the upper hand.
Yeah.
And we need just 2 more to be playoff eligible.
Right.
But we're not going to look too far ahead.
Right.
It's going to be
Next
one
game.
down at a time.
Yep.
Move
Absolutely.
the chains once at a time, and just stay in ball games and just execute like we know how to.
Speaking of pounding the rock, one of the things that Jerry and I kind of keyed in on right away at the beginning of this game that you guys had a lot of success on was that fullback dive. Aaron Davis carrying the ball. I mean, right away, he was gaining big chunks of yards. What did you see on the Prairie defensive side that made you guys make those calls to say, hey, this is going to be there. Let's keep going with this?
So when we went to a tight end formation, we noticed that their nose was either lined up towards the tight end or slanting that direction. And so we thought, all right, let's go ahead and we'll just run a quick dive right to the backside of that, you know. And then what we saw too later in the game, they were starting to bring some pressure, you know, take away double A's, and that's where you saw a dose of Bryce Hillers in the backfield, you know. And so whether it was the 32, 33, or that counter that we scored the touchdown on, I mean, they take away the A's, all right, you're giving us the B's, you know, and just get those tackles, you know, blocking on or getting up to those linebackers, and that's how we were able to move the chains.
And you were able to slip Fogo in there too on those little slant patterns early on in the game, right behind that front seven. So,
and then at the end of regulation, we saw that, you know, kind of running those crossing routes with him coming across the field, those out of bounds plays that they had over here. And it seemed like that was kind of keeping that momentum rolling too. I mean, it kind of get you guys when we went into overtime. Now everything's kind of rushing our way. It was, you know, felt even when, you know, we were talking about the coin toss. You like to be on defense right away. Well, we weren't, but you know what? We made the most out of it.
Absolutely. I got to tell you, I was a little nervous when that ball hit the upright. I'm like, oh boy. I looked up and I said, oh please, give us one. Last year was tough, you know, so it was nice to get this one.
Absolutely.
Oh, sweet.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
All right. Thank you guys. I appreciate everything
Coach.
you do.
Thank you.
Outstanding. Can't wait to watch this on the way home.
You're on the bus, right?
I am.
Okay, you're not driving and watching this?
No.
No,
No, I can't do that. Got the police chief out there.
That's right.
All right. Hey, thank you guys. Thank Hornet Nation. All right, and we'll see you at home next week. All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Go Hornets.
Go Hornets. Oh, my goodness, Jerry. Well, I think I don't know if I'm going to check my blood pressure, see if it's back down. Oh, my. All right, so tonight, well, they finally took the score out the scoreboard, darn it. 13-7, Hornets come away with the victory, went to overtime. First three quarters just were not ours. We were struggling and kind of trying to get things rolling and get things moving. Got into that fourth quarter, made some things happen. It seemed like those, as the momentum was staying with Prairie, it was there early. And then they just couldn't kind of keep capitalizing on the opportunities that they had. We were talking about playing between the 20s. And then we ended up, you know, getting into the overtime with that Bryce Hillers carry, and then punching it in for 6. As Coach said, you know, it hit the upright. They did the doink, and we're all like, oh. I mean, I think we all held our collective breath.
And you know, you look at just the game itself, the main regulation game. We had a lot of good things happen, but it got overshadowed because most of them got called back.
Right.
And it just kind of took away from our big play. You know, you talked about the big play. Well, we made them, but they almost always came back.
Yeah.
It was like, come on. when is this going to work? But it did. When we just, you know, we held serve at the end there and made some plays when it mattered, and that's all that matters.
And then got that INT at the very end of it to seal the deal. So
put the stamp on it at the
end. You bet.
Awesome.
All right, well, I tell you what, folks, it's been an exciting one here tonight from Prairie. And I must have been jumping around enough that the bugs left me alone, so that was kind of cool.
I just had one.
I shouldn't have said a word.
No, that's all right.
We're going to see you folks back at home next week.
New Glarus Monticello next week.
Yep, which is a new conference foe again for us, much like Broadhead Judah was.
At Strip Stadium.
Yep, so it'll be a home game 7 o'clock. So we are looking forward to seeing you folks there. Until next time. And also one more thing before we get off the air. Thanks again to the Bosworth family for tonight's sponsorship.
Tonight's sponsors, awesome job.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you for doing that for us.
And thanks to our crew. These guys are great.
Yep, we have a great crew here.
Amazing folks. All right, we'll see you guys next Friday, 7 o'clock. Take care, Hornet Nation.
Go Hornets, 13-7, win at Prarie Chien.
Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Wes.
We'd like to thank all you for your support of the Hornet football live stream.
It enables our family members all over the country to watch the Hornet football games.
We'd especially like to thank our grandparents, John and Ann Vandyville, and our other set of grandparents, Stu and Kathy Bosworth.
And our aunt and uncle, Brian and Jill, and our aunt, Mary and Jan.
Go Hornets.
Go Hornets.